it's just like it was like when we were in high school, like you didn't want to have school spirit because it wasn't cool, And I feel like that has spilled over to, we don't want America to be the coolest country. Why don't we want that?
Yeah.
And then
because they're taught it's not from the early age, right?
Yeah, but which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like, dude, I've been to other countries. Like, dude, people, they don't like us. By the way, other countries definitely don't like the Americans.
Right.
It ain't just France. Like a lot of them, they think we're pompous, to be honest.
Right.
And
they're right sometimes.
I went No Doubt before Gwen Stefani solo.
Okay.
I was after my accident at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
Oh,
I swear to God, I was down there on the field, on the grass right there in front of the, it's an amphitheater.
Yeah.
And dude, like I always tell people this story, dude. I must have been really buzzing this night. I said, dude, because I went in a wheelchair back in the day. Like it was like right after my accident.
Okay.
And I said, dude, when I stood up, dude, Gwen Stefani was looking at me. I swear to God, she was looking at me. I'm still gonna hold to that story.
She was checking you out, dude. Yeah, it probably wasn't because you were in a wheelchair. It was probably because she thought you were smoking hot.
That's what I'm always gonna think, right? So, but it was cool though. It was cool. Right. But like for our little sports, like we're I talk about them, paying for my trips to go to overseas and everything. But honestly, they didn't care, But so the equipment, like these other schools, like we had our boats. We had a boat house in, I think it was in Italy. So our boats would come from Italy. So you're not practicing with the boat you're practicing with at home, and then you get over there and then like all these people got these exotic seats made up and this and that. I'm busting out duct tape and foam and this, it was ghetto fabulous, dude.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Why Can't We Talk About That podcast. I'm so happy that you have given up some of your time to hang out with us. If you want to reach me for any reason, you can do so by sending an email to whycan'twetalkaboutThat@proton.me. Also, I would greatly appreciate your help in spreading the word about this podcast. You can do that by sharing it on your socials or just by talking to people that you know. Lastly, I am always looking for new guests to have on the show. So if you know anyone that's interested, or someone that you think might be a good fit for what we are doing, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks. For today's episode, I sat down with my old high school buddy, Jamey Parks. I first met Jamey in my freshman year, and by graduation, he had been connected to many of the fun and sometimes crazy memories of my high school experience. We were also born on the exact same day, although he was born earlier in the day, so therefore will always be older than me. A few years after high school, Jamey was involved in a near-fatal hit-and-run accident that caused the loss of one of his legs. Interestingly, we recorded this episode on the 27-year anniversary of that accident. Jamey and I would lose touch for many years, as he would eventually move to Virginia, where he currently lives with his wife Megan and their 3 children, and has been involved in the real estate game for the last 16 years. It was really great getting to catch up with him after all these years. Enjoy the conversation.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Turning old, dude, as you know. We're the same age. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly the same. Well, what time were you born? I know we've talked about this before, but I don't remember.
I want to say, I don't even remember anymore. It was like 6 or 7 a.m. I don't remember.
Okay. I think you got me beat then.
For like 48 hours. She was pissed.
Yeah, you got me beat then. I think I was like 4 in the afternoon, so you're technically older than me.
Yeah, that ain't nothing new in my life, dude. I always got a bunch of, I'm always the oldest nowadays, it seems like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
Especially since the older 2 kids graduated, now, with the 8th grader, like I'm one of the old parents. Before I was one of the young parents.
Yeah, and it happens fast, dude. You have 3 kids now, right?
3.
Okay, and the youngest is in 8th grade, you said?
8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other 2?
Is like 25 or something, isn't it? 24.
My oldest just turned 28, dude. Yeah, it's nuts, dude. She's she had 3 months ago. She had my first grandbaby.
All right.
So got a granddaughter now.
Granddad at 48. Well, 3 months ago, you're only 57.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's it's kind of surreal.
My wife's gonna be like that because I knocked her up when she was 19.
Okay.
And so my son, our son's 20. He'll be 21 in November, and when he turns 21, he will officially be past her in age. Over half her age.
Okay.
So It's
How
just a
much
matter of
older are you than your wife?
7 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you guys meet in Virginia or?
We met, we actually had a class at college at Liberty University.
Oh, Liberty. Okay.
Yeah. So a good Christian school.
Yeah.
Yeah. They still
Liberty.
party though. Don't get it wrong. And I was like an old man in there, dude, just like,
Yeah.
picking off babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude,
It's
that's
so
the way.
scary.
When I went to Hancock, dude, I went back to Hancock for to kind of finish up my AA when I was like, I think I was like 29, 30. No, I might have been 30, 32, 33. And dude, that's an experience because you feel like the old guy in the class, like all these young, fresh out of high school,
Well,
kids.
well, like I said, when I didn't graduate college, I got an MBA, but I got my MBA when I was 30, but I graduated when I met my wife, I was 26. Like when I met her, I was just finishing up. I had to take two summer school classes to finish in class of '04.
Wow.
And then I got my MBA, and I got a computer degree at a different college prior.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't use it though.
Yeah. What do you do for work? Yeah. Yeah.
I own rental property and flip houses. So I got
Oh,
3
okay.
acres right
That's
now,
right.
and then looking at doing a little project down in North Carolina, which is going to be like the biggest thing I've done yet. So
Okay.
I just went in on contract this week on that. So
Okay.
yeah, it's been good. Really, a lot of my housing is low income, and when we get into the politics of it all, you might see some views of mine come out,
Yeah.
just from the winding the grind of it all the last
Yeah.
couple of years. It's gotten
Yeah.
I'm just getting kind of tired of low income housing. Like it's nice getting Section 8 and getting that check on the third of the month, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
It's funny
just
how my views changed on that in a sense because when Bethany and I first got married, we lived in low income housing because that's all we could afford to get out of my parents' house, and we had a young daughter, and she's pregnant with a second, and we were living
yeah.
in low income housing for like 10 years, and I kind of had one view of it then, and then when we got out and bought our first home and all that, and then when they want to come put a low income housing near us, it's like, oh, what do you? No, don't do. It's kind of like it kind of changed a little bit. You're like, oh man, I remember the
Well,
kind of people that used to live in there.
they don't. Well, the tenants don't care, and so like, yeah, you make a
Yeah.
lot of money, and as long as they stay there for 2, 3 years, you're good, or 5 or 8. Or I've
Hmm.
had one lady, dude. She's been there low income, so I've owned the place 8 years, and she's lived in there 19 years, and
Oh
she's
wow.
been in the voucher program the whole time.
Okay.
And she's cool. She don't bother me about dumb repairs, this or that, and
Right.
but the ones like I got another girl who's moving out right now, Ryan, and you know she. She already was trying to get out of it a few months ago, and all of a sudden she got a thing for domestic violence against women.
Ah.
So when you got subsidized housing and stuff, all they got to do is fill out a form. They don't got to show me no proof. They got to show the housing authority proof about it.
Hmm.
And, the housing authority can go ahead and ask them for, did you get a restraining order? Did you get this or that? But we're pretty sure they just sign off on it and go because they don't really care, So they already got her
Yeah.
in place. And I'm moving her out on Tuesday. I'm
Okay.
like, but it's just a mess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's been
Okay.
good though. But as far as like, I've been self-employed, on 16 years now. So
Okay.
it's the way to go.
Yeah. Okay. And how long? I mean, I don't think, refresh my memory. I honestly don't think we've talked to each other since, we talked on the phone a few months back, but I mean, before that, like, I don't think I've seen you since high school.
I haven't seen you since high school either.
Right. It's been like a long, long time. So, I mean, shortly after high school, obviously your accident happened and all that stuff happened.
Yeah.
But how soon after, how old were you when you moved out of Cali?
I moved out here a month before I turned 23.
Okay.
So January of '01.
Okay. Okay.
So then, I turned 23 in obviously our birthday,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously. But
Right.
no,
Right.
it was an adjustment coming out to the East Coast though.
I bet, dude. The weather and everything, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was. Well, the weather's, dude, it's been cold here, which is again,
Oh,
rosacea on the face, just
okay.
because normally I'm tan, so you can't see it. But like it gets wintertime and I'm white. I get white, red, and purple sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but coming out here, like when we get into it, I mean, I definitely got a little bit of love for. Originally, I got a lot of love. I was a big Jay-Z fan out the gate. I had this dude,
Okay.
we were hanging out, and he put on Reasonable Doubt back in the day, Jay-Z's
Okay.
original album,
Yeah.
and like many other popular albums from various artists and genres. That was probably the best one, dude. Straight
Okay.
sick.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, we'll get into that for sure because I remember, as we hung out the times we did in high school and stuff. I know music was a big part of some of that. And
oh, yeah.
I was thinking about one of the funnest trips I ever took was when I went with you to it was a Big Sur. Do you remember that camping trip we took to Big Sur? It was me and you and I think because your mom worked with the exchange students, right?
She did, yeah.
Yeah, and she took a camping trip to with the exchange students,
Oh
and I
man,
went
I
with
forgot
you and
about that.
EJ, and I think
My
we all had a
sisters,
tent. Yeah, your sister was there.
of
Yeah,
course, she was.
yeah, it was gnarly, dude. And it
Yeah,
was
I
I remember
forgot about
like
that.
yeah, like Lynette was there, and then because it was exchange student they had. I forgot her name now.
Oh man,
I kind of had a crush on her. I forgot her name though.
no, you
Um,
you always had ladies, Brian.
yeah.
I know that. He's
Yeah. Yeah, but
he
I
has
settled down
no
quick
issues.
though. I settled down quick because I was only 18 when I met Bethany. We've been together ever since. So
That a boy, that a
yeah.
boy. No, I
So
mean,
that's
I've been
all I
with my
need.
wife almost 22 years. I get it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's almost better. I mean, I'd say it's almost better. It is better than trying to play
yeah.
the field and, all the stuff that comes with that. And it's just dangerous. Dude, I would never, I've even said if like something happened to Bethany or whatever, like I wouldn't go, I think I'd just be single the rest of my life. There's just the dating field now scares the crap out of me,
Uh,
dude. There's no way.
well, from what we all know anyway, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not really wouldn't be planning on marrying anybody else either.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's too expensive,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I
Oh
ain't
my
gonna be like
gosh.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I forgot about that camping trip though. That's a good memory. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah, it
gosh.
was a blast. I want to say it was like junior year, I think.
I was gonna say sophomore, maybe it was junior.
It could have been sophomore too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I
that was a
had you
really
in the
fun
class
trip.
freshman year. I remember you were one of the first people
Yeah.
I met from Lakeview.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I
I
remember
don't
that
remember
too.
what class it was.
No, I remember it. It was
Was it
science.
science? It
Yes,
was.
with oh my gosh, that nerdy guy with the glasses. I forgot his name now. But he had the classroom was all the way on the west parking lot over there.
Yeah. I
Ah,
remember
dang it.
I had the hacky sack back in the day. I'd be hacky
Yeah.
sack.
That's right, dude. That was the cool
Yeah.
thing back then, man. I never got any good at that though. I could never do that right.
I could only do like three things and that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah. It sucks when you're uncoordinated.
Yeah, right. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, dude. So,
that was back in the day.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And I'm sure
I'm,
have you browsed the episode list? I'm sure there's lots of people in there,
yeah, I see some people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. A lot of old Rigetti guys in there
There's nothing
and
wrong with that.
girls. No, dude, it's fun to catch up and reminisce. All right, man. Let's I always ask there's three questions I ask just off the jump just to kind of get an idea of where we're gonna go in our discussions. And they're just like quick one, real easy answers, and I'll let you flesh them out later as we go. But the first one is what's your favorite if you had to pick one genre of music to be your favorite, what would that be?
All time or nowadays?
All just all time. Yeah, just all time.
All time, it'd probably still be rap, but I
Okay.
listen to a lot of country music now.
Okay.
Like I drive around the work truck, I listen to it. I got a CD player still in there, so I
Oh,
just be
nice, dude.
listening. Yeah, I know, I know. Well, the wife and the kids got new cars with, they can plug in and
Yeah.
download and this and that, but the
Okay.
work truck, that's just how we do it.
No Bluetooth on the work truck, huh?
No, I just upgraded from an '06 Denali to a 2012 Tahoe. But I
Okay.
mean,
Okay.
the fact you could throw a 4x8 piece of drywall or a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, it's perfect.
Yeah. Nice, dude.
So that works out good. But no,
Cool,
I
man.
mean, it would probably still be rap. And
Okay.
but I mean, my favorite. But I'm not a big getting into it again about music. I like the new rap, like especially when my kids started listening to it. But
Hmm.
I don't know. Like I'm still like a '90s West Coast rap guy
Oh
with a
yeah.
little bit of,
Yeah, that's the
a
best.
little bit of Southern and East Coast, obviously mixed in there.
Okay.
I mean, I've lived out in Virginia now longer than I lived in California, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
right.
But all those California roots will always be there, though.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's better.
Yeah, it honestly is. There's a lot of good things about
Yeah.
California for sure. So no, I agree
Yeah,
on that.
right.
So
Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of the few things that's good about California. And
yeah.
the weather's nice.
The weather's huge. No,
Yeah.
when you live in snow for a while, like dude, like especially being a handicapped man, let me tell you, like when it
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
well, actually, we just went on a trip to Europe,
Oh, nice,
so
dude.
over Christmas break,
Okay.
And
Whole family?
over New Year's, the family, and then my adopted son-in-law, who's been dating my daughter for 4 years.
Okay.
It's son-in-law,
Okay.
but he's not, no,
He's
he's a great,
almost
he's a
almost
great
son-in-law.
kid.
Yeah.
Could be, you never know.
Yeah. 4 years,
But
that's a long time. How old's your daughter?
she's only 18, so she'll
Okay.
be 19. She's in her second year of college right now, but she went to
Okay.
college early.
So they've been
So she,
dating since she was 14?
yeah.
Dang, dude, that's a long time to be together, especially at that age.
I know, I agree. Well, what's funny is his name's Josh, and he played football with my son's sophomore year. He came on to the JV football game late, like a couple weeks in, maybe a game or two into the season, maybe a game, I don't know. But he came on in, so that, Devin's been playing since fifth grade, so he already had all those football guys. So him and another kid named TJ brought Josh in, and
Okay.
so like all the other football guys, like they might have thought my daughter was cute, blah blah blah, this that, but nobody's going to act on it because that's Devin's sister.
That's the way you want it, man. That's awesome.
That's how you want it, but it never works good for dad.
You're
You
right.
know,
Right.
so he came along, and yeah, they went to a dance together, supposedly as quote unquote friends. And
Yeah.
then you know how that
Sure.
goes. And 4 years
Yeah.
later, here we are. But
Right.
yeah, what I was getting to about Europe is we went over there, like go to London, have a blast. New Year's Eve we're in London, like pretty cool this year. So we took a cruise, right? It's like 2 hours out of London.
Oh,
We go
nice.
down this place. We did a European cruise, and we went to the Netherlands, France, and Netherlands, France, and I'm blanking out. Netherlands, France, and we went to Germany first. Excuse me,
Mm.
Germany, Netherlands, France. So I've been to Germany, and I think I told you from paddling and stuff. So I've been to
Yeah.
Germany before. So that was actually paddling wise, that was the best. That's what I got fifth in the world. So that was like
Oh, dude.
that's why I always remember Germany, just because I did real well there. But
Yeah.
so we did that. But so you go to Germany, it's snowing. It's like no big deal, right? So like we go to the Netherlands, which is where Amsterdam is at.
Right.
And so we
Right.
were going to get rid of the eighth grader with the kids, and me and the wife were going to go into Amsterdam. But we're in Rotterdam, so it's like an hour and a half drive, 2 hours out.
Yeah.
But we were going to go for the day. We were all going to go. We were just going to do our own thing. But anyways, it was so snowing. All we could do, we barely got off the ship. We go into the city and everything, man, and it's just shut down. And so we spent like 4 hours, four to 5 hours trying to get back to the ship.
Why was it shut down?
It was snow, so much snow, dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That
the whole thing.
sucks.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
Oh,
so then, like, again, we go, so we make it back to the ship. We do our thing on the ship. It was good. So then we go to France, right? And so,
mm,
like, same thing. Paris is 2 hours out. We already know getting off the thing the night before, hey, we can't go to Paris. And, like, I've been telling my daughter, Nora, the older daughter,
hmm.
I've been telling her since she was 16, I'm going to take you to Paris. I'm going to take you to Paris. So, like, we're all jazzed. Like, we're going to go to Paris, snowed out. So, like, so me, my son, and Josh is a big, World War II, just loves
Historian
history.
kind of guy. Yeah.
Historian, yeah, thank
Hmm.
you. But so we go out to Normandy. So
Oh,
my daughter finds
dude.
that we go to Normandy. We get out there. They're not even open up till January 26th. There's one place open in there. There's a museum that's there, which is what we were going to go to. And they wouldn't let us in. Obviously, Americans out there, they're like, "Nah, we're not doing all that."
Dude, that sucks. Did you get your money back for this cruise? It sounds like you didn't get to do anything.
I mean, that's why London was so tight. London, we had a
Yeah.
blast.
Okay.
We had a blast because we were there 3 nights,
Okay.
2 days. So
Jeez,
London was
dude.
great, and but so yeah, so in the future, I will go ahead and plan my snowy trips on a different way. The only time I think
Yeah.
snow is when I go to Colorado and I see what these Swiss chalets are all about and see what they're all,
Right. Yeah,
But
exactly.
until then, yeah, I
Okay.
did it, and now and everybody, the wife and kids are like, oh, don't worry, Dad, you could take us back there again. Of course I can.
Yeah. Yeah, Dad, you can
Yeah,
pay again. You guys can pay again and take us
that's
out
the only
there.
way. Well,
We'll
you
let
got
you.
20. You got a grandchild. I mean, that's the only way
Yeah.
you're going to get him to come on over, or
Right.
let's go on a trip together. Like, oh yeah, well, I don't got the money, Dad. Well, all right, well, let me front that, or you get me, in our next lifetime. But
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
it's all
Um,
good though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you walk me up into the rowing stuff too. But first,
Uh,
the second question is the politically, do you lean more right or left?
is right Republican? Because I'm
Yeah,
Republican.
conservative. Yeah, conservative
I'm
Republican-ish. Yeah.
definitely conservative. I mean, I don't
Okay.
agree with all of it, but
Yeah, yeah, and we'll get into all that stuff too because I'm gonna kind of get your thoughts on it. And in one word, describe your spiritual beliefs.
believer,
Mm, all right,
saved, without a doubt.
awesome,
Yeah,
cool, man. All right, so I kind of want to before we get into the music, you know,
yeah.
but I kind of want you to walk me through. Again, it doesn't have to be like a huge, elaborate, long 4 hour long story or anything, but kind of from high school until now, just kind of briefly walk me through. I know that sounds like a long period of time, but like just
Well,
hitting the major points. Just kind of walk me through it.
mm, high school was fun.
Yeah,
I had some ups, I had some downs.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
was without getting into it. And then I think the big thing, obviously, you got to put February 28th, 99 on there is when I got hit by the car.
Okay.
So which
Oh, that was the
obviously that
28th. Dang, that
yeah,
just passed.
that's
Oh,
today,
that's
homeboy.
today.
That's why we chose today,
Shoot.
just for shiggles.
That's right, dude.
So we did
Dang
that.
it.
So that was cool. Moved to Virginia when I was 23. Graduated college when I was 26.
Okay.
Met my wife when I was 26, who was my girl. Knocked her up when I was 26. Yeah, actually, I was 27. I was 20.
Okay.
I was 27 when I knocked her up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
And you said she's a pastor's daughter?
she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that go
So,
over? Was he ready to kill you after that whole thing, or did he like you from the
oh
get-go?
man, when I had to go down there and tell, I actually first off, my in-laws love me,
Hmm.
and then I had to go meet them down in you're gonna like this. This is we're gonna get into it, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Well, I had to go meet him down in a place called Danville, which is like 65 miles from here. It's on the North Carolina border.
Danville?
Danville, yeah, not
Like
Danville,
Like
Cal.
Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah, like Phineas and
Okay.
Ferb.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool, man.
Yeah, so we go to Dan. There's a lot. I got friends that are Danville, Pennsylvania. There's Danville, California. There's
Oh,
there's
really?
there's Danville, Virginia. There's actually a lot of Danvilles, but
Okay.
I go down to Danville, Virginia, and to go tell her parents that I knocked her up, but they had thought that I was going to go down there and ask for her hand in marriage. And shut up, dude.
Oh, it's just funny because it's like
Yeah,
that's what a mom and dad are hoping for. And it's like, no, actually, instead of that, we just want to let
yeah,
you know that she's pregnant.
yeah.
And you can just see like their
Well,
jaws hitting the floor.
yeah, we gotta, yeah. So, it's kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, we talked about it. I mean, it was tears because
Yeah.
my wife didn't go. So, I mean,
Oh, really? You
oof, I
broke the news on
don't,
your own?
I broke it on my own. Yeah,
Oh, dude, you're a brave man.
I was a brave man, but I was a man though. That's the
Yeah.
main thing. And that's what I told them I'm going to be here, and they
Yeah.
appreciated that. So
Okay.
that was tough though. And then I told my parents after that, and my parents like I started crying like a little girl in the local Target parking lot. My parents are hugging me, all pumped and excited, and
Yeah.
so I got two different reactions in like a 3 day span. After holding the news to myself for like a week or something, whatever it was, however long I
Right.
needed before there's like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to do something about this,
Yeah. Yeah. And were
Yeah.
either of you at a time? Because I know, like when Bethany got pregnant with our first, she was 17 and I was 19, so it definitely wasn't on our radar at that moment for us to
Yeah.
become parents. Like, so it wasn't when she
Same.
first got the pregnancy test. It wasn't like she was like, I mean, she came out of the bathroom sobbing. It wasn't like, "Yay, we're pregnant." It was like, "Oh my gosh, what in the world are we gonna do?"
I
Was
was with
that?
the wife at the health department, bro, and she says,
Oh,
"Yeah, you're
okay.
pregnant." Says, "This is the dad, right?" And thankfully, she said, "Well, I was the dad, right?"
Yeah, yeah, that
So
was good
yeah,
news for you, I'm sure.
yeah. After she said, "Yeah, it's definitely his," but
Okay, okay,
yeah. So no, that was a time in my life, but I ended up buying my first house.
okay.
Buy a crib for I think I bought it for like 106 grand.
Oh, wow, that's in Virginia.
That's in Virginia.
And
Yeah, I
what
think
year is that? Like 2000, what?
I bought that house. So he's born in '05. I bought it in '05, the same year my
Okay,
son was born.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
man.
I bought it in August and he was born in November of '05. So
Wow. Dude, you couldn't even buy a box for $106,000 in California right now.
I know.
It's
I
terrible,
know.
dude.
That's why, I mean, that's one of the reasons why, again, I'm fast forwarding this. Let's finish out the timeline. We'll get into the real estate
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's so, anyways, we get that. You have my son, at 26, have my daughter at 28, have my other
Okay.
daughter at 30, golly, 34,
Okay.
34. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
It's a little gap in between the second
yeah,
and the third, huh?
started my own business when I was 30.
Okay.
Got my MBA when I was 30 or
Okay.
29, 30. 30 I started my own business when I was 31. And I had my, yeah,
Okay.
that's all. Oh, it's all relative.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And does your
yeah.
wife work outside the home or?
She helps me with the business.
Oh,
She
okay.
helps me. And then I'm a realtor on the side, which I haven't done nothing in like the last year and a half. I got like one listing.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty much garbage.
Okay.
You
Is that
know,
because of the market where you're at, or is it just because you're not putting the time in?
just not putting the time in.
Okay.
It's not a
Okay.
big deal to me. I got actually my nephew here, my brother's wife's sister hit me up about a property that they were looking at yesterday morning, but
Mm.
so they're looking for some land. There's always somebody. I always say there's always, if I put my feelers out there and really reach and grab something, I can
Yeah.
get something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I have a
yeah,
few friends that do real estate. I got a guy that does it up in Idaho. He lives up in Idaho, does real estate up there now. But I don't know if I told you this when we talked last time, but Bethany and I were looking at moving to Eastern Tennessee. We
nice.
were actually meeting with a realtor. Like we flew out there a couple times, drove out there a few times, met with the realtor, and it wasn't until we went to Orlando in July one year for Bethany had a work thing there, and we got a taste of that humidity. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, like, do we really want to move to Eastern Tennessee where this is going to be the way it is for quite a few months on
You'll
end?
get used to it. You get
Do
used to
you
it though.
though? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I
Hey,
don't
well,
know.
I got a story about that. So when I first moved out here to live, so I'm at my nephew's house right now, but
Mhm.
I live with my nephew at my brother and his wife's house. So when I first moved out here, dude, like my brother just had like an unlimited supply of sodas,
Mm.
right? I gained like 10 pounds, Ryan.
Just
I
from
drank so
soda.
many because it was so darn hot, dude. I was just
Yeah,
pounding soda.
right.
So I dropped that 10 pound, like 3 months into it. I'm like, dude, I gotta quit drinking so much soda.
Yeah,
So but maybe 4 months into it, I stopped drinking soda, and like to this day, I hardly ever drink soda.
yeah.
Like if I drink soda, it's got liquor in it. Like I
Right,
don't,
right.
I don't,
It's
but
like
I
rum and
don't.
Coke or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm.
I've had. We know how it is with alcohol. I have various favorites over the years, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I like the
Okay.
coconut rum and Coke Zero personally. But
Oh,
that's
interesting.
one of my old schools.
Coke Zero, because then you got low sugar but high alcohol content, right? So you can be on
Exactly.
a diet, but you can still get a buzz.
Supposedly, yeah. I was we had I used to drink these whiskey sours, right?
Mm.
That used to be one of my other favorites. So I had my buddy Matt over, him and his wife, they live in my neighborhood, and we're drinking. And oh no, we were at his house, but he's just a couple houses up the street. And he gets out the pen and paper. He's like, dude, let's see who's drinking more calories tonight. And my
Mm.
whiskey sours were more than his Bud Lights by
Oh, no way.
like 400 calories more. Like it was
Dang.
just gross. But I mean, if you got whiskey sour mix, I mean, there's no need to have some top shelf stuff anyway, because the mix is going to override it. But
Right, right.
yeah. So that was an interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, all that stuff timeline wise,
Yeah.
kids went through high school, this, that, the other. I mean, here I am today.
Yeah. And
You
what
know.
point in there does the rowing come in though? When was
Ooh, all right. Well, the first time with the rowing, I went to New Zealand in 2006 on a team. We rowed we paddled. It's technically paddling, and I made this. I'll correct you up front. So
Yeah,
when
please
I
do.
so '06 we win it. First off in '06 we won the championship, world
Okay.
championship. Yes, sir.
Nice.
So yeah,
And is this Olympic or is it
this is just the World Championships. That was
okay.
IBF, so International
Okay.
Ba'a Federation. So we won the
Gotcha, gotcha.
championship in '06 for the OC6, so which is outrigger canoe 6 person. So then I switched over in 2014 to just the Va'a, which is a outrigger canoe that's rudderless, and which means because it's rudderless, when I paddle, whichever way I put my paddle in the water is which way the boat's going to go.
Okay.
So I did that, but I did that from 14 through 22.
Okay.
And I think that put years on my life. Although years on my life and arthritis in my back, dude.
Yeah, I
But
bet,
no,
man.
I mean, I was healthy. I got super jacked, super ripped
Yeah.
there for a while, so which was great.
Well,
I
now
like that.
is that something you ever had ambitions to do, or it was because of the accident that kind of put you in that? I mean, did you have ambitions to do that even without the disability or the?
I mean, anybody, we've all played sports. We all want to be champions and we all want to,
Sure.
do whatever. So, I mean, going to the Olympics would be tight. I never knew I was going to do that sport by any means.
Right.
Didn't even know what it was. The guy who helped me, he was actually a physical therapist, and he really helped me with my leg a lot. And he's like, he wanted me to start paddling because he had already started a paddling program up in Rochester, New York.
Okay.
So he introduced it to me. And so the backstory on all this, Ryan, is I'd never really even been until I did the thing in '06. I'd never even been around handicapped people. So which is
Right.
maybe a benefit in some ways.
Okay. And is
So
that a word? Okay, so handicap is a word that a lot of people say not to use anymore.
oh
Is
yeah,
that?
physically challenged, right?
Yeah, I mean, are you comfortable with
Yeah.
using that word about yourself
Dude, you
or?
can call me whatever. I just got a new leg, and I was gonna wear it over here. I just wore it this morning out there with my wife
Okay.
and daughter and a friend. But I just literally got. I hadn't even had a new leg in over 10 years. Hadn't even worn a leg in 5 years. I
Oh,
wore it for
wow.
my sixth time,
Okay.
and I've had it. The only day I didn't wear it was yesterday. I've only had it at my house for 4 days. I've worn it 3 days so far.
Okay. Okay. Because you
So
only lost one of your legs, right?
thank God.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So story with the paddling, right? I think I was coming back from Italy with paddling, and
Hmm.
some of the people that lived out in like Seattle area. What's the name of the boys in the boat story? God bless it.
Oh, yeah. 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 I know. I
Yeah,
saw the book. The book. Yeah. Comes
I
through the
read the
library all the
book.
time.
That's a great book,
Yeah.
1936 Olympics. That book's actually super sweet, but I'm trying to think what the sound's called because that's where they came from. Oh man,
Mm,
I'm blanking out.
yeah.
Anyways, I was on the plane with them coming back, and I said, "Oh, I'll help get your stuff." I mean, dude, being paralyzed is for real. Like, for those people who, if they ever hear it or whatever, I mean, you can't get nothing. You put them on a little thing to push them down the aisle to go to the bathroom. You got to get up and get them stuff in and out of their bags the whole time. Like, dude, it's rough. Like,
Yeah.
it gave me a different feeling of like I'm not handicapped.
Hmm.
I still feel that way. Like I forget I am handicapped sometimes.
Okay.
My wife and kids treat me like I'm not handicapped. Like, oh, dad's out there getting the groceries by himself. It's like, thanks, kids.
Yeah. Well, they're
Yeah.
probably used to it though, right? Because even your wife, as long as
Man,
she's known you, you've been missing the leg, right?
oh man, I popped that leg off at that first night, dude. And she
Yeah.
was like, "Whoa." Okay. She still loved me.
So the
So
first date is when you showed that to her, you showed her that it could do that?
that I took it off. That was the
Yeah.
first time she'd seen me without it. Yeah, because I
Okay.
met her I met her at a party, and then it's at a friend's house of mine, and I met her at a party, and we exchanged numbers and everything, and then I went and saw her at another friend's house,
Hmm.
and we ended up making plans for the very next night. We played a little truth or dare.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, you know how truth or dare goes.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we've been together ever since.
Okay.
So
That was sealed the deal. The truth or dare sealed the deal right there.
the massage sealed the deal. The massage. Anytime you get to go massage somebody, but yeah, so
Yeah.
so that went good. So
Okay.
I forgot what
So
we were talking about, but
well, we're
yeah.
going with the rowing, so, or the
Oh
paddling.
God,
Sorry, paddling. Sorry, paddling. So
paddling. Well,
when you're doing that, are you competing against other people with
the champions of the
disabilities?
world, yeah, for sure. So, like I said,
Okay.
I was a VA 3, so which means you have I don't say you're the least type of physically challenged person there. So
Hmm.
like so and dude, there's some bad people. So the first story I'm going to tell you about paddling in 2014, I go to Russia. The Paralympians, which were worms because we're not, but the para athletes, excuse me if I
Hmm.
get the terminology right. So
Yep.
we're there first. So we compete first before the able bodies go. And so I'm in Moscow. I'm feeling good. Like you talk about humidity, it was hot as balls, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
We're in this huge airplane hangar, dude. Like I'm walking around, I got the sleeveless shirt on. I'm feeling good about myself. Then these like 6'6", 6'8" German and Swedish and all these the Americans, they all come over there, dude. And these are some bad men and some bad women. I mean, these women are just rocking 6-pack, 8-packs, and
Oh,
dude, it was so all of a sudden I'm in the humid weather, dude, and I got the long sleeve T-shirt on, dude, like covered up. I swear to goodness, man, that's fact. I
that's
was
so
like,
awesome.
man, I mean, looking back, dude, I was a jack dude back in the day, though. I was a
Yeah,
big boy, but
yeah. Well, and
for
you're pretty
real,
tall yourself, right? What are you, 6'2", 6'3", something like
I'm 6'2" now. I,
that? Okay.
I I I tipped at 6'4" for a while, but I've
Okay.
shrunk.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
Okay.
it was good. But yeah, we'll get
That's cool,
into
man, to
that
get to
stuff. But it
travel
was,
the world like that
yeah.
and through the paddling. And so how many different countries? You went to Germany, you went to Russia. Did
I
you go
went to.
anywhere?
Oh yeah, I went to New Zealand first, and Germany, Russia, China, Germany, Russia, Italy, Poland, Hungary twice, Portugal,
Wow. Dude.
Canada, which I'd already been to Canada in Canada.
Yeah. And does your
So
family go with you when you go to these places or
they
no?
never went.
Okay.
They went to one U.S. championship down in Georgia, so which
Okay.
is kind of cool because my wife put it on Facebook back in the day. Like I blew everybody out by like you see me like cross the finish line, and then there's like a delay, and then about 8 seconds later, number two, number three are pulling up. So
Yeah.
yeah, I blew them out. I
That's
blew them
awesome,
out.
dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like a
So,
movie. That's like a movie
yeah.
ending right there, you know?
Yeah. It's just the start. But that was a good year though. Again, like the U.S. championships were fun, but we did it a couple times in Lake Lanier, Georgia. But then most of the U.S. championships were in Oklahoma City. So again, I'm flying there. Taxpayer money, this, that, and the other. So
Right. Right.
it was good. But I mean,
That's
for the
awesome,
amount of
dude.
hours that I put into it, the stress, the thought, and everything. I
Mhm.
mean, you're getting paid like a quarter an hour. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, because I was dedicated because like I wouldn't drink until championships were always around like August 20th. So I would stop drinking on January 1st and I
Mm.
would go all the way through there and I wouldn't drink. The only time I went that I messed that up is one, the 20-year class reunion. I had a week there. Oh no,
Oh,
that
okay.
that year was the Olympics were there. Our season was done. I'm sorry, because they only let in 16. They only let the kayakers go to the Paralympics.
Mm.
So my sport wasn't already in there yet. And that was 2024, which was actually 21 and
Okay.
24. But anyways, so I did that. But yeah, but paddling was good. Again, I keep losing where I'm at. So
Yeah, that's no problem. So what's the
but
highest to finish out the paddling? What's the highest like you ever ranked or
fifth,
okay.
fifth.
Okay.
Uh, Fifth, I was leading at like 125 meters out of a 200-meter race and started going sideways. And yeah, you lose. And then like when you get fifth, dude, I was like 1.2 seconds off. That's a lot, dude. Really.
I
I
know,
mean,
but I know it is,
it
but
sounds
in that
close
world it
until
is, but it just doesn't sound like it.
yeah, but I mean, in like I'm in this little room, like his boat, the Italian. I got a story about this too.
Yeah.
The Italian won it and everything, and then he was cool. But so anyway, I got fifth. Like I kind of gave it up at the end. Like at that point, I was more strength and less technique, and so then I got a coach, and then I went more technique and less strength as I dropped a little bit more weight and got more on the your VO2 max and all
Yeah.
this all these other metrics that you go off instead. So
Okay.
I don't know. I think if I'd have maybe I don't know. I needed the technique though. I lost that race in 16 because I if you over I went to the paddle went in the right too much and then like at that time I was switching sides left right and so it cost me time. So
Yeah.
yeah, I gave it up, dude.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I had other, but the thing that's funny about that race, like I had a good time, is the Italian wins it, whatever. So, of course, we're all in the hotel bar. They're actually happen to be in the same hotel as the
Mm.
Americans. And everybody always wants to arm wrestle the American,
Hmm.
right? Everybody wants the big American. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, America got gold that night, dude, because I put him and another paddler down, and yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
gave out my race jerseys. Went up to my hotel room, gave out my other race jersey, and yeah, it was a good night. People buying drinks. It was fun.
That's cool.
I don't know. That's what it was, a community. But I mean, as it got later on, because I was a third year I'd done it. As it got later, like 14 was Russia, 15 was Milan, Italy, 16 was Dusseldorf, Germany. We flew into Dusseldorf because we were right there by it.
Yeah.
Anyways, but as it got on, though, you started really the disdain for other countries just kept on going.
Mm,
Like you could really feel there was a lot of tension in between I don't want to say camps, but which
yeah.
is fine. It's competition.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so it was all good. It was fun. I don't know.
Okay.
I had a guy that wanted to murder me in the mall in Moscow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He gave me the evil eye, Ryan, from like, I'm like 25 yards out walking towards him. I see this dude on the couch, but I got my USA crap on. And they had just gone
Oh,
into Crimea, in Ukraine at the time, like 2 or 3 weeks before we went there. He sees me coming down the thing and everything, brother, and he's eyeing me. And I'm like, dude, what's this dude's problem?
yeah.
And so then like I walk by and I'm crutching, like I only got my leg on it. And I walk by and then I like turn around and like his neck is turned around looking at me. He's on an L-shaped couch, like,
Wow.
and I told these other guys, I said, dude, that dude wants it more than I do today. Like I'm just gonna keep on going. He wanted some. He wasn't even. I don't even know what that dude's story was,
Yeah.
but
Well, he's
it's
probably a
funny.
spy because all Russians are spies. At least that's what the movies teach us,
They probably
right? I mean,
are. True, true. He was wondering what was going on for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh,
no,
dude.
that was cool. But no, the paddling, there were so many good stories I could tell you, and so much fun, so much
Yeah.
sweat. But honestly, what derailed me and why I kind of got out of it is I tore my rotator cuff in August of 20.
Oof.
And that was basically, and I was practicing, I was running world record times. Now, you do that, and there's a little lake out here called Timberlake. I was getting on that. My coach actually lives on that lake.
Mm,
So it was fun and everything, but there's other variables I go into, like even if I was paddling that time, because just the wash from another boat if they're in front of you, and you got to overcome that to get ahead. So that's like why the
mm,
start on the paddling is so important. So the
yeah.
guy who's like the king of paddling, like he's like a 10-time world champion. His name's Curtis McGrath.
Hmm.
When I was racing in Portugal in 19, dude, I drew him heat. We were whatever heat, but the first round. And dude, that dude got out the gate so fast, dude. He left me and all the rest of us in his wash. But that dude's a stud, though. So if you
Yeah,
ever
that probably
catch
doesn't
this,
feel very bad if you lose to the guy that's a 10-time world champion. I mean, that doesn't feel too bad,
he
right? I
never
mean,
lost. He never
yeah,
lost. He's still competing. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
That's
yeah, he's
awesome.
a war hero out of Australia. But dude's a
Yeah.
stud. I saw him come back and beat a friend of mine named Caio, who actually went to high school in America but lives in Brazil. And
Mm.
Caio was just about to win the race, and McGrath came back and beat him by like I want to say either a tenth or point oh 0.08 hundredths of a second. Came
See,
back and won. I couldn't believe it. It was
that's gnarly.
crazy.
That's
That
nuts.
that's what's
Dude,
man. It's exciting
oh,
stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like to
yeah.
lose, like to get fifth place, to be like 1.2 seconds or whatever
See,
behind.
that
Like
would be
that's
so frustrating for me. Like I played tennis and basketball in high school and stuff, but like to play a sport where literally a tenth of a second is going
yeah.
to be, the end all as far as winning or losing. It's like that's gnarly, dude.
You don't think about it either,
Yeah.
unless you're in those sports. And it's like every tenth matters. I mean, like I was so like I wouldn't eat sweets for a while. I wouldn't do this or that because I'd be like, dude, just what if that half pound cost me, a tenth of a second, 2/10 of a second?
Yeah.
Like it's just silly. That's what the mentalness of it all was for real though.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
mean, there was definitely like you'd be having sleepless nights about it, and other times you come home all pumped. Like if you had a good practice or this and that, and
Mm,
but that was what was hard. And the other thing about paddling that was the U.S. does not really take as good a care of their athletes in non-major sports. Meaning, like if I'm not gymnastics, track and field,
mm,
USA basketball, whatever, like the big time sports. But
right.
like for our little sports, like I talked about them, paying for my trips to go to overseas and everything. But honestly, they didn't care, But so the equipment, like these other schools, like we had our boats, we had a boat house in, I think it was in Italy. So our boats would come from Italy,
Mm,
so. so you're not practicing with the boat you're practicing with at home, and then you get over
Mm,
there and then like all these people got these exotic seats made up and this and that. I'm busting out duct tape and foam and this,
yeah.
it was ghetto fabulous, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, all rigged up, this, that, and the other. I mean, but I mean,
Yeah.
I make no, I wrote a letter because I was gonna send it in 21, and it's sat at my computer, and I know I'm not at my house right now, but
Yeah.
I still have it at the computer that I was gonna send the Olympic Committee about it because it's really, I mean, that if you want us to be good, like you should pay the coaches more. One,
Hmm.
let us get they based your payment on performance metrics, which is fine,
Yeah.
which is fair.
Yeah.
But the equipment was huge. I mean, if you don't have the right equipment out there, and a couple of times I went out there and you flip the boat over, which is called hoolie. You'd hoolie
Hmm.
on the first day out in the water, dude. Like you're getting ready to race world championships in 4 days, bro. You can't be flipping
Yeah.
the boat over like some rook.
Right.
So, but that's just,
Wow,
but
man.
it was fun. It was fun. It was
Yeah.
met cool people from all over the world. I can tell you, I know we just with the Middle East, for example, we were in Italy, but we went to Lake Como, Italy, which is on the Swiss Alps, are right off to my north of us. Like you can
Hmm.
see the Swiss Alps. Like Lake Como is like where like George Clooney married his wife, and I think they
Hmm.
got a house out there and everything. Like beautiful place, right? So we get on this boat, and there's a girl named Elena that's on the team. She's actually super famous. Her name's
Okay.
Elena Nichols,
Oh, it's
and
co-ed? The team's co-ed?
yeah, team's co-ed. I mean,
Oh,
we
okay.
didn't. There was now they got paddling where I think they actually have men and women on the same boat working together
Oh,
now.
okay.
I think they're doing something like that now in the last couple of years. But
Okay.
anyways, these guys are like these are they're Arab cats. They were from Iran, I believe,
Hmm.
and they come up and you talk about changing your worldview. Okay, these guys are like, dude. We're just having a good time. We're traveling the world. We're going to London and Paris from here. They want to know about Elena, but they got a bottle of liquor. We're all hitting their bottle of liquor on there. I'm hanging out with this American physical therapist that's on base in Germany that came over to hang out with us,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
team and everything. And I mean, these guys from that day, they don't know it, but they changed my whole worldview about everything. But they said, look, everybody's just power hungry. All these rich guys are just powerful and just making these decisions. Like, we don't want war. We don't want this. We don't want that. And I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like it put things in big time perspective. Like, yeah, of course. Like they don't. So you see of course, TV and it's all propaganda. It's called programming for a reason.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
programming your brain.
For sure. And that's probably
Yeah.
a good way to learn the truth of certain things is actually going out and meeting people and talking to them. People that
Yeah.
are living in places and like they're living it. It's different
Yeah.
than seeing it on the news or hearing some skewed news report that's going to be favoring one side or the other or whatever, and it's just kind of like
I,
that's
I
the best
totally
way.
agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah. Very
So, but
cool, man.
definitely that was a cool experience too. I mean,
Yeah.
we all have those types of experiences in our life, or people say something like it just sticks. But
Yeah.
because at first, dude, I wanted to kind of knock the dudes out, to be honest.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah.
wasn't I wasn't feeling like hitting on the chick on Elena. To
Right.
me and the physical therapist weren't really feeling it, dude. Like we were
Yeah.
about to get mad. Then they offered us to take a shot, and then we're all buddies an hour later.
That was their peace offering.
It worked. It
Yeah.
worked. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was our peace offering. So
That's awesome.
it was fun. I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right about just seeing the world. And that's what I always tell the kids. Can you imagine like if you're out here and you got planes dropping bombs over you, like the bombs over Baghdad,
Yeah.
outcast back in the day before it really even happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how would Outkast have made that song? Because I believe that was before 2001. Could be wrong. Or is
Uh,
Bombs Over Bad Cat? Or is that on Sorry Miss Jackson CD? I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure because Outkast's first album came out in the late was
They
that?
really
No,
came
no,
out
we were in
like
high school.
96. Yeah, it was like I
Yeah,
think
you're
96 they
right.
came
You're
out.
right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but the Bombs
Okay.
Over Baghdad song, I don't know. I think it came out either right in 2001 after 9/11 or right
Yeah,
before, but I think it came out before, but I could be wrong on that.
I'm looking it up here.
Look it up.
2000.
2000. Yeah, that's what I thought. It came out
Yeah.
before 9/11.
Yeah. Came out in
I mean, what's it,
2000.
you know?
Okay.
I forgot.
Um,
There's just like The Simpsons. Like I watch all this stuff about investing money and this and that, and
mhm.
The Simpsons are supposed to predict like they predicted Trump was going to be the president,
Yeah,
this
isn't
and
that
that.
nuts, dude?
Yeah, and it's like
Uh,
it's holding true.
right.
As
Which is
crazy as it
gnarly.
sounds,
It's just gnarly.
super
It
gnarly.
has to be some kind of like major like coincidence. It just has to
Yeah,
be like to think. I mean, it's one thing you get into conspiracy stuff and Illuminati and all that stuff, but like The Simpsons, really an animated comedy show, is
yeah.
going to
Matt
somehow be like,
Groening.
hey, let's put all these predictions into our show, and like, it's got to be. The
And
writers are probably just as shocked as we are. They're going, oh my gosh, that actually came
they're
true.
like, no wonder we're millionaires and geniuses.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, it's
right.
pretty sick. Nah,
Yeah,
it's funny.
that's awesome,
But
man. All
yeah.
right, let's switch gears here and get into some music stuff. I know we've
Oof.
talked about Outkast a few times also, but I want to kind of, I mean, obviously my history with you in music is in high school, but I want to start like early as you can remember. What's the first time you remember ever
My
realizing you
mom.
like a song or you like a, oh, okay, your mom introduced you to it?
Oh God. Whether it's
Okay.
Barbara Streisand and
Mm.
with Chris Christopherson with the Stars Born garbage
Oh
or
yeah, yeah.
Neil Diamond, yeah, all that.
And did you
So
like
it's
it? Did you like it when you were younger?
no.
Okay.
Not as
Okay.
much as I never really liked Barbara Streisand that much. Like Neil
Okay.
Diamond's actually he's kind of a pimp.
Yeah.
At the time that dude a long time ago, he had like the largest divorce in history at one point.
Yeah.
Something crazy, like way back when.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What a stud.
he was a stud. He got
So,
yeah.
so your mom's
Uh,
showing you that kind of music, and you're like, eh. But like, at
well,
what point do you like? Are you like, oh, dude, this is awesome right here?
whatever music. Oh man,
Yeah.
it started. Where do we want to start? I mean, I could go back. I mean, you can go back to like fifth grade, with Debbie Gibson. I don't, if you want to
Okay.
go there, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
I,
You
I
can
want
go
to go
back
as far
then.
back as you can go,
Bobby
dude.
Brown,
Oh
Bobby Brown, I had the
yeah.
whole CD memorized, I
Yeah. The
had it.
first one with my prerogative and Don't Be
Yeah,
Cruel on
I had
there.
the whole
Yeah.
thing. The name of that CD was "Don't Be Cruel."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
So all
Dude, they don't
that.
make music like that anymore, man. That old like 80s and 90s kind of like R&B soul stuff, like you just can't. They don't make it.
It's coming back. It's just
Is
like the
it?
90s style is coming back. So
Okay.
fashion wise, but
I hope so.
I think that type of music will eventually come back around and
Okay.
everything. So,
Yeah, because you can't beat that like Jodeci and Keith Sweat, like
uh,
Boys to Men, all that stuff from back in
uh,
the day, dude. That was the stuff, man.
that was the stuff.
Ah,
Yeah,
so
I'd be having
good.
like an anchor blue shirt on,
Yeah,
I'd have like purple anchor blue pants on with like a purple purple like
yeah,
not pinstripe, but plaid shirt to
yeah,
match it.
dude.
Miller's
Yeah,
Outpost status.
Miller's Outpost, exactly.
Yeah,
Whatever Miller's
yes,
Outpost had, that's what we were wearing because that's what was cool.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, so first concert I ever went to, MC Hammer in fifth grade.
Okay, where was that at?
Yeah, Paso Robles Fairgrounds, of
Oh,
course. Yeah,
really?
Mid State Fair, Cali Mid State Fair.
Okay,
Yeah, that was the first concert I ever went to.
okay.
I've gone to a lot of concerts the past few years.
Oh,
Here,
really?
if you want to hear about, if you want
I
me to
do.
jump it from whatever that was, what fifth
Yeah,
grade I
we'll
was.
we'll jump there and then we'll go back. But yeah, tell me about some of the concerts you've been to recently.
The last couple of years, I've been to. Most recent concert we went to. I went and saw Train, Train was
Oh, no
awesome.
way.
Yeah, Train was sweet. I saw Train. I've seen
Okay.
Nelly, Nickelback.
Oh,
Um,
Nickelback, the band everybody loves to
Brantley
hate.
Gilbert he was the second show, which Brantley Gilbert was actually better than Nickelback, believe it or not. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Who else? I've seen a bunch of them. My
Is he the
wife,
one that just did the TPU halftime show, Brantley Gilbert?
yeah, he
Right?
did.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So he was legit. He's legit. That dude leans far right, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Well, I
I
had
don't
never heard
believe
him before, but when I watched that halftime, is that he was almost kind of rapping a little
a
bit,
little bit. Yeah, he was.
and that kind of shocked me.
Yeah, so he kind of shocked you.
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
mean,
expecting that,
you already see rap in country music. It comes
Yeah.
out already,
Sure. Sure.
so we saw Jelly Roll.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Jelly Roll was sick. Great performer.
Yeah, I'm a big
Like,
fan of him. Yeah.
Jelly Roll. Who else? I mean, we've seen a lot of people. Oh, we saw the Doobie Brothers and
Okay.
anyways, you trip out, you be like, right on. That's cool. The
Yeah.
tickets were
Yeah.
like $400.
Oh,
The ticket
wow.
was $400. So me and
Dang,
my wife was
dude.
$800 to go to the show.
Okay. Well, that's what I was gonna
Yeah.
ask if it was just you and
Yeah.
your wife. Do you ever bring the kids to shows? Do they like the same kind of music as you or
Oh,
no?
I saw Kid Rock, and I'm going to
Okay.
see Kid Rock again in May. And
Okay.
yes, my son and we always go, but we got a couple friends that we go to with usually. Yeah, me and my wife went to train by ourselves. We went and saw Tim McGraw by ourselves.
Okay.
But the Kid Rock concert, my son and his friend TJ and TJ's parents went, and
Okay, dude, how funny is it that your son has a friend named TJ when your best
yeah,
friend growing up was EJ?
it is funny. I
That's
know. Well,
craziness.
the weird thing again, go back to the daughter's boyfriend is,
Yeah.
there's the comparison of EJ and my sister with my daughter Nora and Josh has been
Okay.
spoken about a lot, because my
Really?
son, because I was my son, right? Because it's his
Yeah.
friend dating his sister, which was
Yes.
me, which was my best
Right.
friend dating my sister.
Right.
So.
Right.
As I tell everybody, the way that all went down is after I'll make you laugh on this one. So you know how Brewer is, dude. We'd be doing our thing and everything, come home, be like, dude, I'm gonna go check on your sister. Dude, I would never see him. After about three after about 3 months of that, Ryan, dude, I started doing my own thing and dude, amen, dude, because I got my own girls. I did my own thing, dude, and it was just much better. But
That's so funny.
it is fun.
It
It's
took you that
hilarious.
long. You were just like,
Took
oh,
me
he
three
just
months.
he
I was
just
like a
really
lost
thinks my
dog.
sister's great. I don't know what
Oh
it
no,
is,
he was
but
already
yeah.
dating her by then.
Oh,
But he would
okay.
say, "Oh, I'm gonna go check on her." Dude, I wouldn't
Yeah.
even see him. Yeah, I didn't have a big old house, dude. You know what I mean? Like, dude, we just had just regular California
Oh
living.
man, that's too funny.
It was so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's
but
awesome.
yeah, so I told my son ain't worried about it.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
realizes that really Josh is his sister's and not his, and he's cool.
right,
He don't
right.
he ain't stressing it, dude. Those kids are loving college.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
my
I
son's
mean, it's
going.
it's if it's almost better in a sense if if it's your best friend, because like if anybody starts dating your sister, you're always going to be a little leery. But if it's like your
Mhm.
best friend, the guy that you love and trust, it's kind of like, well, I'd rather it be him than some guy I don't know, right? I mean, usually.
No, not when you're 16, 17 years
No,
old.
is that kind of weird?
It
You're just
was
like,
really
oh, what are you
15
doing,
because
man?
this is what I was going to say was, okay, like we talked about the timeline. So I went to Russia between our freshman year of high school and sophomore year, and my mom went too.
Why?
Okay. Why? I was an exchange student.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. So I went over 31 days.
Dude, I never even knew that.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
so I went over
crazy.
there. So this is what's weird. So I get back and EJ's dating my sister.
When you get back?
When I got back, yeah. I know.
He
I
went over to
know.
see you and you weren't home. And he's like, oh, where's Jamie? Oh, he's in
Yeah.
Russia. Oh, maybe I'll hang
Yeah.
out with Misty for a little bit, you know?
That's it. And yeah, that the rest of that's history. But yeah, that's how it went. And so, I get back, I'm like, well, I wasn't happy about it, but you get back and it was like time to play JV football sophomore year. And I'm like, whatever,
Yeah.
dude. And so I was like, dude, Brewer, he'd already dated other girls by that point. I was like, he ain't
Right.
gonna stay with her. It's no big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
A
were
couple
together
years
a long
later,
time though, weren't they?
they were, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got in trouble. Me and that fool got in trouble too because Brewer's Brewer, and he had to
Yeah.
make sure his boy was entertained too. And yeah, they did. Yeah, which made my sister told me she hated me for a while because of all that. And so, but you know how it is.
Yeah,
It
but
was
dude,
bad.
if you don't do stuff in high school that makes people mad, you're not doing it right, I don't
Well,
think, you
I
know.
know.
I
I
mean,
agree.
I'm sure everybody involved looks back on that now and it's funny. But I mean, like even me, have you seen that show My Name is Earl? Remember that show My Name is Earl?
I have
With
not.
it's with Jason Lee. It's like he's like a hillbilly, but he comes to a point in life where he realizes how many people he's wronged in his past. So he's
Okay.
got like this mission to go find them all and apologize. And I've felt like that guy before, dude, because
Yeah.
dude, there's people in high school that I treated
Oh
so
yeah.
poorly. And it's like some of them I haven't been able to get a hold of. I try to, I'll see them on Facebook or Instagram or something. I'll try to reach out and they don't accept their friend request. They're probably like, oh, I still hate that guy 30 years later. That guy's a jerk or
Yeah.
whatever, But, yeah, I get it. It's fun, but then at the same time, you're burning these bridges. And I mean, there's some people that I feel like, man, I probably literally ruined a big
Yeah.
portion of their high school experience because
That
of
sucks.
either
Yeah.
lies I told or the way I treated somebody or just like, just dumping some girl for no reason or whatever the case was, it's just kind
Yeah.
of, so I still feel bad about it, but
You can't. You can. Well,
yeah.
I was at a point, especially after my girlfriend from my accident, and me and her broke up. When I
Hmm.
started dating girls out here in Virginia, like I would like get them a bunch of gifts. Like it'd always be around the holidays, so
Yeah.
I get them a bunch of Christmas presents. Like a couple days later, right after New Year's, dude, I would dump them, dude.
Yeah.
But I had to
Yeah.
make sure I made sure that like they had not a lot of goodies like going, goodies going away, with them. So it just made me feel better, dude. So I was
A
like,
parting gift.
the parting gift, thank you. I don't know, but I did it with like four girls in a row. I'm like, I don't even understand why I
Oh,
do it, but
dude.
that's just how I was doing it.
You're a
But
stud, man. You moved to Virginia and you're Studley, California guy, dude. They're probably
yeah.
all over you over there.
Well, let me tell you, when I moved here from to Virginia, like I did, as far as like hooking up with chicks, like that wasn't really the issue. But when I first was going out to the bars, though, what the chicks hated
What's
when
that?
I
Your act?
they loved the accent. They didn't like when I called them dude. Let me tell you, when
Oh,
you
I
call
bet.
an East Coast girl dude, it's just like when the kids call us bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, dude.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I quickly had to go ahead and get that. It took me like a year to like get dude out of my vocabulary because
Yeah.
like it would come up, and especially like when you get your buzz and
Yeah.
the lingo starts flowing, and yeah, that would
Right.
come out. Yeah, not a good move. Nah,
Oh
I
my
understand that
gosh, dude.
now.
Yeah.
So, but that's again like you don't think about that stuff, coming from Cali over to the East Coast, but.
No, you don't realize it's a whole different culture, a whole different
It's
world, a
so
whole
different.
different
There's
everything. Yeah.
everything. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's why, like, when you checked out, I was going to ask you, what city were you guys looking at? Eastern Tennessee? Was it like Johnson City
It
or?
was near like the Knoxville area.
Okay.
We were looking at, oh man, I'm gonna forget some of the names now. They're like a Merville and Merville. It looks like
I don't
Maryville,
know.
but they pronounce it Merville. That's another thing we learned over there. It's like all these words, these sounds look like it should say one thing, and then you say it that way, and they're like, "Oh, you stupid, dumb
Oh,
California guy. That's not how you
check
say
it
it."
out. Buena Vista is a city that's close to me around here.
Oh,
Buena
really?
Vista and
Buena
Alta Vista.
Vista.
Buena, yeah, it ain't Buena Vista.
Okay.
Yeah, if you call it Buena Vista, they wouldn't even know what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's how they know you're a foreigner. They know that
Yeah,
you're not from around these here parts.
you ain't lying. Yeah,
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
exactly right. No, you're exactly right.
Oh my
So,
gosh. But yeah, so we were looking over there near the Smoky Mountains area.
uh,
We went through like Pigeon Forge is beautiful and
Gatlinburg and all that.
Gatlinburg. We stayed in
Yeah. So
Gatlinburg.
you're like three. So that's like three and a half hours from me.
Yeah,
Where
see,
I, where I
we
live
could have
at.
hung out on the weekends, dude, if I
We
would have
could
moved
have
up
done
there.
something. Well, shoot, if you lived out there, dude, I was just gonna stay at your house, and not get a hotel, dude.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg's a good time. Dollywood's a fun time.
We went to Dollywood, yeah. And dude,
Yeah.
it was like 38 degrees and pouring rain like the whole time we were there. We were all
Yeah.
bundled up head to toe. We had all the ponchos, everything on, dude. And everybody was looking, they could tell we were not from around the area. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
these people must be, and then we're leaving and they see our Cali plates. They're like, oh, now I see.
I understand. I understand.
But yeah,
I liked having the Cali plates on my car for a while at first, but
yeah.
nah.
I was kind of
Yeah.
scared to drive across the country with the Cali plates because I was like, oh man, because you hear stories, right? Like the people over there hate Californians and stuff, and they
It's not
run you off
true
the
though.
road.
To be
No?
honest, nah,
Okay.
they love Californians. As I
Okay.
told everybody, I mean, we're like a tenth of the United States.
Right.
Californians are.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
population wise, so it's really not a big deal. Like I see Cali plates around here all the time, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. Because I
It's
always
like
told
I
Bethany when
mean,
we moved there,
Lynchburg's a
that's the first time I
college
was changed.
town. But yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
a college area. So
Okay.
there's like three colleges in town. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's circle back to the music and tell me what the first introduction for hip hop for you. Like who was what's the first
ooh.
time? You said you went to see MC Hammer. I don't know if we count him as hip hop or not, but
When he back in the day, that was hip hop.
yeah, right.
I mean, of course, you had like Ice Cube and stuff because
Okay.
he had a whole
Okay.
gang load of CDs.
Yeah.
Actually, Ryan Castle's the one he had Ice Cube CDs like right when he separated from NWA back then.
Oh,
So
like America's Most Wanted and
yeah,
Kill It
exactly.
Will and all
Yeah,
those
yeah,
ones.
yeah. You
Okay.
got it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was funny. I was just talking. Me and my wife were just talking about check yourself before you better check
Oh,
yourself
yeah,
before you
yeah.
wreck
With DOS
yourself.
effects.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I just told her of that. I hadn't heard that song in years,
Yeah.
and guess what came on like the very next day? Maybe it was the same day.
Oh, it's
So
listening to
like
you.
the phone was listening to me,
Oh,
man.
that's gnarly, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Was it the phone? It was. I think I said it in our kitchen, and then I have a Sonos for radio in the house.
Hmm.
So I think it came up on my playlist.
Okay.
Yeah, just randomly. I didn't. It
Wow.
wasn't on there. I hadn't heard it in years.
Yeah.
So, but so that would be as far as the introduction to rap. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's I mean, I could bring it all the way back to Luke Skywalker and
Oh, Two Live Crew?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, let's get
Yeah.
really down, face down, all this and up,
Yeah. Have you
So
listened to any of that now? Because it's like,
that's all. It's all in there. Lil Red and all these new rappers, they're
yeah,
saying the same stuff, just like old Trina,
right,
and
right.
that's
But
just a
I,
different form.
yeah, but I
But
feel like when I listen to, if I try to listen to Two Live Crew now, I don't think they're very good. Like I honestly, I think the only reason that we were drawn to them was because of their lyrics. They were saying things that we didn't know you could say in music. And we're like,
yeah,
"Oh my gosh, they're talking about explicitly sexual stuff and they're using F words and they're doing all this kind of stuff in their music." It's like, "Oh, that's so cool." But like if you listen to it
what?
now, it's like they're not really that good of rappers and they're,
That's because you're
you
getting
know,
old and I'm getting old, Ryan.
I guess
No,
no,
I
but
feel
I
the
can
same
still listen
way.
to NWA. I can still listen to Ice Cube and think, okay, that's awesome. I can still listen to Too Short and some of
Yeah.
that stuff
Oh,
that
I
I'm
love
like,
Too
okay,
Short.
this is the awesome. It still sounds good to me. But like Two
Yeah.
Live Crew just doesn't sound good to me. I don't know.
I haven't listened to him for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
You
good
should
point
check it
though.
out. It's
But
your
I
homework
feel
now.
like with I will done. I gotcha. As far as yeah, I mean Too Short. So again, Too Short. Todd Shaw. He's from
Yeah.
Fremont, California. I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from Hayward, California. Before I
Oh,
moved down to
really?
Seward. Yeah, I moved down there in fifth grade.
That's where
But
Spice One was from, was Hayward.
yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I know Too Short's from Fremont, which
Okay.
is right like what 15 minutes from Hayward or something like
Okay.
that. So. But no, Too Short. My son had came home for a doctor's appointment on Thursday and went back to college same day.
Hmm.
And some Too Short came on the radio, and I said, "Dude, this dude's classic.
Yeah.
I love the way he sounds." I was all
Yeah.
telling him, he's like, "Yeah, he's cool, Dad. He's cool." But
Yeah.
so my kids have got like they're all into the '90s rap and
Okay.
2000s, and I mean, Too Short. Like I think like the Blow the Whistle song, for example, like
Mm.
to me that's kind of not Too Short, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It's later. Yeah.
It's later. It's kind of, I don't know. It's all right,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
What were some of the earliest Too Short songs you can remember listening to?
I remember I got the CD cocktails from my friend Kristen Adams, Ricky Adams' older sister,
Oh,
when I went to
okay.
Giovanni's, Shorty the
Okay.
Pimp, all those,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, all those CDs. I still have my CDs, Ryan. So you
Yeah.
would, dude. And then I got like my parents' CDs, my sister's CDs. I got like, I got like 700 CDs.
Yeah, me too. I
Kept
thought I
them
was one of the
all.
only people that still has CDs. Most people just do digital.
Yeah, I know they do. I know.
Yeah.
I got them all. Like, I got a whole system set up in my house and everything. Ask me how often I listen to those CDs.
Never.
Once a year.
But they're
Once a
all on
year.
your phone, right? You have them oh no, because you don't do you have like an Apple phone with like
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
I got Spotify on my phone,
Oh,
but
you do
I got
Spotify. Okay.
Sonos. Yeah, like I said, I got the Sonos system in my house. So you can download pretty much anything you want from
Yeah.
Sonos.
Yeah.
It's wireless and it's all on your phone. The
Right.
volume's
Right.
on the phone and everything. So
Yeah.
when I first moved into the house I've lived in for almost 12 years now, that they had the Sonos with the keypads. And so I literally just changed up the whole house like 2 years ago, 3 years ago to modernize it because we'd have to buy like the keypads would break and stuff. And so we'd have to buy them online and all
Yeah.
this. But yeah, now it's all completely just through the phone.
Okay.
So it just makes it, and then
Yeah.
like, we got different zones in the house. So you can have it on the deck playing on one thing and then down on the patio playing and my
Yeah.
living room, bathroom,
Yeah.
kitchen.
See, dude, I've always wanted to do that. I think that's so cool. You can literally play music like
Yeah.
through in any room of the house just by a button, you know?
Yeah. And
That's so
you
awesome.
could have the two rooms next to each other playing two different types of music at the
Yeah.
same time.
That's so
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I've
It's
always wanted to
fun.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get it. You got to get it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's expensive a little bit, but
Right.
I don't know. I think the dudes just overcharged me, but I paid for it.
It's probably so worth it though.
It is cool though.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because I mean,
Yeah.
I have lots of CDs like you just said, but I have them all downloaded onto my iTunes library, and then I literally got a phone that had a terabyte of memory just so I could keep my entire music
Yeah.
catalog all on there at all times. So I have my entire music collection, like 48,000 songs or something, is all on
Well,
my phone at all
that's
times.
awesome.
So I
Well,
can
it's
just
like
click shuffle or just I have all these different playlists. Oh, what am I in the mood for today? Oh, some punk rock or some hip hop or whatever, you know.
no
So
doubt.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Sometimes No
awesome.
Doubt too. Sometimes I'll listen to No Doubt as well.
Yeah. Well, I went to I went to her concert back in the day.
No
I
Doubt or
swear
Gwen Stefani solo.
I went no doubt before Gwen Stefani
Oh,
solo.
okay.
I was after my accident at the Santa Barbara Bowl.
Oh
I swear to God,
shoot.
I was down there on the field on the grass right there in front of the it's the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And dude, like I always tell people this story, dude. I must have been really buzzing this night. I said, dude, because I went in a wheelchair back in the day, like it was like right after my accident.
Okay.
And I said, dude, when I stood up, dude, Gwen Stefani was looking at me. I swear to God, she was looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna hold to that
She was
story.
checking you out, dude.
She probably was like, what's wrong with that, dude? Why is
Yeah.
she here?
Yeah. It probably wasn't because you were in a wheelchair. It was probably because she thought you were smoking hot.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm always gonna think, right? So, but it was cool though. It was cool. Oh man, I used to love going to the concerts at the Bowl though.
Yeah.
The
I've never
Reggae
been to a
Fest.
concert there. I've never been there.
Oh well, so if we want to get straight to like who my favorite band is
Let's
all the
hit
time,
it.
are you interested?
Let's hit it.
My
Who do you
favorite
got?
band's my favorite band's Matchbox 20. It still
Really?
is. Love them, dude.
Interesting. Okay.
So I had moved out to the East Coast and went back to California, and Matchbox 20 was at the Bowl, and then my brother lives in town, my oldest brother,
Hmm.
and we're calling his wife, dude, his wife at the time now, we're calling his wife, dude, and like she's MIA, like all day, like we're like, dude, we're going to Matchbox 20 concert. Are you coming home? Like let's go, like we can got tickets, everything, but we never went, and so. My wife, I know exactly.
You mean
So
you yourself missed the show,
I missed the show. We were
even
waiting
though
for
you had
his
tickets?
wife. We could have got tickets. What it was how I should have said it, but yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I was so pissed. Yeah,
So
but I mean,
have you ever seen him live?
I've
Ever?
never seen him. The wife keeps saying we're gonna go catch him sometime.
Dude,
I know. We're gonna. I
do they
will.
still play?
They still play.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still together. I mean, what's the? I'm blanking on his name.
Rob
What's his?
Thomas. Rob
Rob Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He had his little solo time there, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're still a band. I look them up every now and then to see if they're in the area.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's so funny. I've never heard anybody say that that's their favorite. They're like one of those bands that like I like them. I have no problem. I
yeah,
mean, I listen to, oh, that's a good song. That's a good song. I want to push you around or whatever, all those kind of songs come on the
yeah,
radio. And then when he did
exactly.
with Santana, that was a good jam.
No
But
doubt.
it's not, it's like a lot of those kind of 90s bands where I wouldn't be like, or I guess he's, yeah, 90s, 2000s ish.
She's 90s,
Yeah,
2000s,
yeah. But to
but
say like, oh, that's my
they're my
favorite band.
favorite.
That's interesting.
Always. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you've
So,
never seen him live, dude. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life.
yeah, I'm gonna make sure that we go ahead and turn that frown upside down, big dog.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you got to
So
get there, man. You got to.
I'm sure I will. I'm sure I
Yeah.
will.
When you
So
do, I want you to send me a picture of you at the show so I can be so happy for you
maybe
that you
I did.
finally
He's
did
like
it.
that dude. He made it. We talked
Yeah.
about this on the
Yes.
podcast, and the fool
Yeah.
made it out there.
Now he did it.
Yeah,
Now he can die
yeah.
happy. His
I would.
bucket list is
I'd love to
complete.
see him. I'd love to see him just
Okay.
because I just like their music. I
Yeah.
don't know. I was just it's
Okay.
part. They're pretty stony.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
just, I just
Yeah.
I feel the vibe. So
So it's funny. One of the this is kind of back to hip hop, I guess, in a sense, but one of the music for some reason I remember this about with you and EJ hanging out with you guys was Cypress Hill.
oh yeah.
Like I feel like that was on constantly, like
There's
all the
nothing.
time.
We loved it.
Yeah.
Brewer did good about introducing us to music, and then one of my other best friends, Josh Wilson, which was Brewer's cousin.
Okay.
So he was 3 years older than us. So he really opened the doors for us. And like Wilson, like he loves his rap, but I mean that dude, he's playing out at Shell Beach, him in a band called the Skinnards. And
Oh, really?
yeah, you got Wilson's a cool cat, bro.
He's still in a band locally right now?
Yeah, he might be like the youngest cat on the Skinnards, but you have to look
Okay.
him up. But they play up there in Shell Beach a lot. So
Interesting.
actually, I asked him for the reunion this summer. I said, dude, my wife actually wants to go out there and catch him playing on the weekend, so we're going to
Are
catch
you
him.
guys coming for the 30th?
Yeah, I'm bringing my wife this time, but
Okay.
I'm bringing my whole family.
I've never been to one before, but I'm
You got to
thinking about
go.
going this year. I might do it.
It seems like a lot of people like I saw on Facebook. Like Alan Miller was the first one, and
Yeah,
then
I've
Ben
been
Cheadle
watching the
married.
thing. Yeah.
Have you? And then Ben Cheadle married Olivia
Yeah.
Madlingby, and
Yeah, yeah.
Olivia Cheadle put something up there. Like, yeah, I mean, I just haven't just bought my ticket, but like we're going. Like, we
Okay.
have a house that we own at the beach in Oak Island, North Carolina, and
Oh,
so for the 4th of July, we always for like the last 11, 12 years, we go to Oak Island. That's our jam.
that's
But
awesome.
instead, we got it rented out this year. Instead of doing Oak Island this year, we're going to Cali.
Okay.
So we're actually going to bring us five, the daughter's boyfriend, he goes with us everywhere. And
Okay.
then my daughter's friend Claire is going. And then my son and the girl he was dating was just broke up. So I don't know if he's bringing anybody or not now.
He's got to get a
Uh,
new plus one.
he's got to get a new plus one. It'd be good for him to bring somebody out because I mean,
Sure.
everybody's all paired off that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, I think my wife's really just waiting to see about his college internship where he's at.
Okay.
So we're kind of waiting to see about that before we go
Yeah.
ahead and book it. But we're gonna stay right there in the house right off State Street if it's still available. But
Okay.
we already got it mapped out. We're gonna go the 12th to the 22nd, I think.
Okay. Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
So
And
yeah.
do you
So
still have any family in Cali or no?
my oldest brother Ollie still lives.
Oh, he does. Okay.
He lives right off. He lives on Princeton Avenue, right off Rice Ranch Road.
Oh, right by where your old house was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's right there doing his thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's made it out to Virginia a lot the last few years.
To visit you.
So
Oh,
yeah,
and because your sister's out there too, right?
my sister and my other brother.
They're all there? Really?
Yeah, us three are
Okay.
here, and then my other brother stayed in California.
Yeah.
He's gonna probably come out there eventually, but I mean, he's got
Okay.
himself a girlfriend, and he's had his business out there 30 years. So it's like
Oh, dang.
kind of hard to tell the dude to like pack it all up and come out here, dude, because
Right, right.
that's his income, dude. It's like you
Yeah.
kind of need that, and like
Yeah.
yeah, I got enough mouths to feed, so I can't help you.
Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't even know you
Yeah.
had so you have two older brothers, don't you?
5 years and 10 years older.
Okay. Yeah, because I know
Yeah,
you and Misty were like kind of like the later, like
yeah.
almost like hey, let's do this again.
We were my mom's second marriage. That's why.
See, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, but my
Okay.
brother's dad's Mexican and everything. You wouldn't know, but if you see my brothers, they're blonde hair, blue eyes. Like you
Oh,
wouldn't
really?
know. Like my brother that's here. I mean, people always say that me and him look like we're both bald.
Okay.
And he's a bigger, muscular guy than myself. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah, he looks like my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. So
The
but
one that
yeah,
lives here, I wonder if I ever bump into him and I'd have no idea it's him.
you probably do.
I probably
I
do.
mean, yeah, because he has like countertops, video games, jukeboxes, pool tables, you name it, jukeboxes, all that.
Yeah.
He's got stuff all up and down the Central Coast.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
That's cool,
yeah,
man.
he's a cool cat. He's
Awesome.
definitely you would like him. Trust me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like everybody, dude.
Me too. Me too. All right, I'm lying a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
Um,
think the older I've gotten, the more I dislike people, though.
yeah. Well, I mean, I dislike ideologies and I try not
Hmm.
to blanket uh, all
A
people
group.
into yeah, because there's always
Yeah.
people that are in that group that might not be the same ideologies as
That's
others.
true. Well, that's like when I was talking to trash about the Section 8 people.
Right.
For the most part, it runs good.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
but always that one bad apple like ruins it for everybody.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So, but yeah, I
Yeah.
realize I like what you're saying though. Like you can't put them all in that one thing.
Yeah.
So,
And that's not something I've learned from doing this show too. I mean, because I talk to people from all different walks of life, different belief systems. I mean, I've had people on here again that are believe I mean everything different than me, like some what I would call out there things, right? But they probably say the same thing about me. But to get to know them as a person and realize, I really like this guy or I really like this girl, even though we don't agree on anything. But like I could
yeah,
hang out with them and just enjoy being in their company. And I
that is
think that's
cool.
really cool.
Well, I
So
mean, life's too short to go ahead and put up fences between people, though.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean? Like I
yeah,
enjoy meeting people. I mean, my wife says I talk too much sometimes, but I mean, I'm friendly,
yeah.
and she's gotten less friendly as we've aged.
Oh yeah. Is she
Yeah.
is she more like a recluse? Is she kind of a introvert or?
She's definitely extroverted, but I mean, she doesn't mind like, it's all good to stay home at night. Like we rarely go out as it is.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no, she's definitely a good time. She's fun to hang out with. Like
yeah,
my wife's my best friend.
yeah. As it should be.
So
That's the way it should be.
they should be, yeah.
Yeah.
So no, she's cool, but yeah, she definitely has her hate, for
Yeah,
people
yeah.
though. Yeah,
Okay.
people don't know it either. So if this podcast makes it out to Lynchburg, I, I hate to tell some people, but
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
give it
as
to
long
you
as you don't name
straight.
drop, as long as you don't name drop, you're
No,
good.
I'm on my P's and Q's on that one.
Yeah. You're like, my wife hates this person right here. And that person's
Yeah,
listening to the
they're like
podcast.
that.
Oh,
an hour and 27th minute of the What Can't We Talk About That podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made fun. You were talking crap about my best friend from 5 years ago. Yeah, it won't happen
Yeah.
like that. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. How about we got just a few more to finish out the music,
Let's
but
go. Let's do the music.
what's a band or an artist that you would say like influenced you in a way that literally changed your life? Do you have anything like that?
Well, I mean, so first off, going back to the bands, I guess, when you said like the earliest recollections of bands, like my oldest brother played in a band in the Bay Area. So, like, I mean,
Mm,
his room used to have, Quiet Riot, Kiss magazine cutouts all over the wall. You couldn't even see the wall. So, like, I
nice.
guess I should have said it started way back with him, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as a band that's influenced my life, I don't, that's a tough one as
Yeah.
far as really influencing my life. I mean, there's all kinds of, mantras that come off the songs, and there's all the, my wife and I were actually just telling my nephew about her little, you know, her, um, her mantra to get her fired up in the mornings, and like she's got a song. But that's a good question, Ryan. I
Okay.
mean, there's so many. I mean, there's so many. I mean, I mean, I'm so diverse in my musical taste that
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
can't just say one in particular. I just ruled it all.
Right. Right.
You know.
How about a band or an artist that you can't stand?
Oof.
Is
There's a
there
lot of
anybody
them.
like
Well,
that?
dude, I'll punch a boy band. So I don't care. I don't. I never was really. I mean, I'd be lying like Backstreet Boys or
Yeah.
whatever. But I
Yeah.
will say that In Sync though, like I hate them. But there's one person in Sync I like. And guess you know who it is?
Justin Timberlake?
Oh, of course, JT's.
Yeah.
Dude, JT's the man.
Okay.
So Justin Timberlake. He built
Yeah.
different, bro.
Well,
He,
yeah,
he
he's the only one that seems to have really still continues to do stuff outside of NSYNC.
yeah.
Everyone else just kind of fell to the wayside, it seems like. So,
Yeah, they're all getting those the after the crappy commercial here and there, and
yeah. Yeah.
they're still doing it, but yeah, they ain't on top of the game anymore.
Okay.
So Timberlake's actually been quiet the last few years, I believe. I haven't heard any real music from him,
Yeah.
though.
He's probably, a lot, and
He's
I
got
admire
kids.
this. They
He's
get,
got like
yeah.
high school kids. His kids ain't much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get
They're
to a
all,
point where they're like, you know what, I'm going to spend more time with my family as my kids are growing up, because if you miss all that, it's gone.
yeah.
You don't get it back. You know what I mean? So I've noticed a lot of celebrities and actors and stuff, they'll get to that point where like, you know what, I'm just not going to do any movies for like 3 or 4 years, or I'm not going
It
to
must be
write any
nice.
more new music.
I'm not gonna work for a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, when you got like $4 billion in the bank, you can pull stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, true, true. Must be nice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if the funds start running low, you're like, all right, I guess I'll release another album,
Yeah,
you know?
somebody will sign me. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just get to that
So
point, it's the Stephen King theory, right? It's like Stephen King got to a point where he could literally write just he could put a novel out that just said the word "the" over and over again on every page, and it would still sell billions of copies just because it's got
uh,
his name on the front, right? Like he could write garbage stories from this moment
uh,
forward and still be
uh,
a New York Times
yeah,
bestseller.
that's good marketing. That's all that is. I
Yeah,
know.
exactly. You got the right name on there, and you're good.
For sure.
All right. So
Oh.
lastly, just do if you could give me your top five all-time favorite musical artists.
Again,
Yeah.
I knew the question was coming, but
It's a
where
hard
do
one.
you want to start though?
I just
Where, yeah, which genre, which one? Like I said, I'm a big country fan, so
yeah.
I
So I
haven't
mean, I
really
guess
touched on it.
that's why I
You
say like
know,
all time, like bands that are like if there's country bands now that you're into or country artists now that you're so
I mean,
into that
you
they've made your
can't.
top
Let's just
five.
start. We'll start with the rap because it's the most easiest
Okay.
one to pick.
All right.
Tupac Shakur, of course. Tupac.
Oh, good
I
one.
mean,
Good one.
without a
Yeah.
doubt, without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Again, really, I mean, I was really on the Jay-Z train there for about
Yeah,
four or
dude.
five
I
years of my life. And then I honestly, I can't, we want to get political. Like Jay-Z is just a businessman, and that's
right.
all he ever said he was. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
his politics don't match his politics. I don't want to say don't match his bank account, but it don't line up. What he's two-faced. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm over Jay-Z, to be honest.
Yeah, I've never been a big
Uh,
fan of his music either, to be honest with you. But I'm not
uh,
really an East Coast guy. Like, there's a handful of East Coast guys. Nas, I love Nas.
yeah,
Some Tribe Called Quest. There's just select ones
old
from the
school.
East Coast that I like, but most of it I think is garbage, dude. Really, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm a West
What do you
Coast
think about
guy.
the Southern rap? Because see, my wife's Southern.
Southern like Outkast, and
Okay,
I
yeah.
like Outkast. What else you
Yeah.
got? What else would fall under that?
I mean, I like when I first moved out here, I liked Jermaine Dupri, dude. I liked
Okay.
him,
Oh yeah, I
you
liked him
know,
and
you
Debrat.
know,
She was cool when she came
yeah.
out. Yeah.
But I mean, you can get
Yeah.
others, just a lot of different ones. So,
Right.
they just had what was the white rapper, country boy? He was just in Lynchburg not too long ago.
White rapper, country
Yeah.
boy.
Oh, Bubba
Oh,
Sparks.
Bubba Sparks.
He
Yeah.
was just in Lynchburg not too long ago. We
Yeah,
had
yeah.
something going on that night, but we were gonna go. Like we had
He
something like
still performs? I didn't even know that guy was still around.
he was just here like 2 or 3 months ago, in
Oh, dude.
in this little town.
Yeah. What was that jam he had, that first single he had that was ding 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 ding
That's exactly what I'm
ding.
thinking.
Yeah, what's the
Yeah.
name of it?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
so buckle up because it's gonna get bumpy.
You gotta love that.
That's so
You got
awesome.
it. You
That
hit it
song
though.
was awesome. I don't think I followed him anymore after that, but I loved that
He
song
had
when it
like
came
two or
out.
three good songs. I
Okay.
know. Actually, like we thought, I forget. I don't know if we were actually going to a concert, another concert or something, but
Hmm.
yeah, we were going to go, but I forget what it was, but we didn't go. So
Okay.
something was going on that same day because else we would
Yeah.
have gone and seen him because the wife was all about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
what mama
funny.
wants, mama gets. You know,
Happy wife, happy life.
something like that. Yeah, for her, rough life for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Okay.
I'll finish out the So I'd say I would put Jay-Z there. I already said Matchbox 20.
Yep.
I mean, so again, I keep going back. Like, if you want to talk about like again, because for my oldest brother, what he taught me was I mean, I loved Van Halen back in the day.
Oh, nice.
I mean, can I put them as my top five? I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm just saying, like, as far as influential,
Yeah. David Lee
yeah,
Roth or Sammy
yeah.
Hagar.
Sammy Hagar, but David Lee
Okay.
Roth is just as dope though,
No,
because
see, I
He
like
was
Hagar
Jump, and
better.
Hagar was second, but
Yeah. Yeah.
um, there's just so many. Like we
Okay.
started talking about when I was in Russia, and that's when I realized that my mom listened to the Beatles back in the
Oh,
day,
okay.
and I didn't realize, and when I started really learning when I was in just an exchange student, that my mom was once young and cool and like good music. And then like when you look up a Beatles song, if you've ever looked them up, they're like 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
And then like, I was thinking about like newer rappers like nowadays, like the baby,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
just different, but everybody wants to be, the baller song and I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, was that influential for me? I don't know. But my top five, there's just so many, Ryan. I mean,
Yeah. It's
I
hard.
would
It's hard to
admit
do.
it's super hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's super hard.
Yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
think I could do
I
it. I've
think
said before I couldn't do it.
anybody who is in high school I mean, you'd want to put Sublime there, even though really they were like just a one album, 1, 2 album wonder
Yeah.
before, he
Right.
died.
Have you heard any of the new stuff
Uh,
with Bradley's son singing with him?
uh, I
Dude,
have not.
it'll
Just
it'll
sweet.
it'll rock you. Cool. Because they did Sublime with Rome, right? Where he was the singer for a while, but now they got Bradley's son is been touring with them, and now they're talking about releasing new music. Dude, he sounds a lot like his dad, dude.
That's awesome.
It's a trip. Yeah.
I haven't even heard anything from them. I didn't even
Okay.
know they were still around.
Yeah.
That's just
Go
like a.
YouTube it. YouTube like a
I mean,
live look up Bad Fish, live Bad Fish with
okay,
featuring Jacob Knowles and
okay,
dude, it's a
Branson.
trip, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And going into that whole thing, like if you can say again from our era that Kurt Cobain and Nirvana
Oh
didn't
yeah.
somehow influence you,
Yeah,
you'd be
yeah.
lying. You'd be
Right.
lying to
Right.
yourself, especially
Yeah.
as a white boy, dude. I hate
Yeah.
to say it, dude. You'd be lying to yourself, But
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I I knew the question was probably going to come, but
Yeah.
yeah, I have been thinking about it, and
Yeah.
there's just so many like I
Yeah,
can't nail it down.
if you listen to the episodes, you realize I asked that question, and there's a vast majority of people that are like, "Oh, there's no way I could only give you five or only give you 10 or whatever." And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think I could either. Like for me, it would depend on the day.
yeah,
I'd have to go
right.
through, like you're saying, go through all the genres, and there's so many different musical styles
Yeah.
that I could maybe do top five if I did top five punk
Let's hear
bands,
yours.
top five rap,
Yeah,
top five,
give me your straight top five.
Oh my gosh, dude. See again, to even go through
Yeah,
like
yeah. Where do you start?
oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Well, I mean, my all-time favorite band is a band called 15, which most people haven't heard of. They're a
I
punk
have
band. They
not.
were from Berkeley.
Okay.
on Lookout Records, which is where Green Day started, and some of those other bands started on Lookout.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how can you not say Green Day again with the
Yeah,
Duke
Green Day.
album?
I
Just
love
the,
Green Day. Green
I
Day's a
mean,
big one for
and
me.
they
Yeah,
had
for sure.
and they wasn't just they were. I mean, Green Day's sick. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Billy Joe a little weird, but whatever.
yeah.
Green Day's
But
sick.
see,
You know,
I've
but
learned to separate the
that.
person from the art.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, because I can do that with just about every musical
yeah.
artist, every actor,
But
every
we
whatever.
all got issues.
Yeah, I hear him in an
We
interview
all
and I'm
got.
like, man, this guy's an idiot, or whatever. But dude, he's awesome in this movie or whatever.
Yeah, that's all that
So,
matters.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
if I didn't, now that, another one of my all-time favorites is Rage Against the Machine without a
Oh,
doubt.
dude.
Without a doubt,
So, dude, that first album of
Ah.
theirs was the
I mean, you
greatest
talk
thing
about
ever,
some that
dude.
would get you, yeah. I mean, that just gets you
Oh,
straight hyped, front to
yeah.
back.
Yeah. I remember, I'll never forget when I
I
first
got
saw
chills,
the,
dude. I just got chills, Ryan.
yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say when
yeah.
I first watched the Freedom video
Yeah.
by
I know
Rage
what you're
Against the
talking about.
Machine, dude. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, who are these guys? And then I go and buy the whole album. I was like, dude, this whole album rocks, dude. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, I
just,
was glad
yeah,
that they got in the Hall of Fame a few years ago. I
yeah,
don't know, maybe it's 5 or 10 years ago now. It's been a while,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they deserved it because they.
They
I
were
mean, talk
awesome.
about they're
Yeah.
cutting edge, cutting edge.
Oh, for
I
sure.
mean,
But they never really lived up to, in my opinion. I think that first album was so amazing, and then everything after that was good, but it wasn't like,
yeah, it
they had
wasn't
some.
that. It didn't
No,
have that
dude, it was
spark. It didn't have that
oh
spark.
so
Well,
good.
that's going back to the Reasonable Doubt with Jay-Z. When I heard that CD when I was moved out here,
Hmm.
I was like, wow, dude, this is dope.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
where can I get my hands on more of this? Is how I
hmm
was. Like, I
hmm
want to hear it all. And so I did. I got like
yeah,
9 Jay-Z CDs. I'm like, dude, but after a while, I kind of I got over
yeah.
it. But
I got to give him more of a chance. I mean, to be honest, I really haven't listened to that much.
yeah.
So would you
Well,
say that's the best one? Should I start with that one if I was
dude,
going to give it
you
a
look up
listen?
Reasonable Doubt, and I'm trying to think of some of the songs that are on there. I know he does one with Biggie back in the day, and I mean,
Oh,
it's sick.
really?
It's fire, bro.
See, I like Biggie. He's
Yeah.
another East
Well,
Coast guy I
and
liked.
Biggie, I mean, obviously, everybody loves Biggie. My
Yeah.
kids love Biggie, bro.
Oh,
My kids
really?
are, oh yeah, they're playing it and stuff,
Nice.
because we're driving around in the wife's car, dude, and she'll play my son's playlist or my daughter's playlist, and yeah, Biggie's on there. So
Nice, dude. Nice.
yeah.
All right, man. Let's jump into the politics.
Ooh, politics
Politics
is
stuff.
fun. Going into the politics, like, do I believe it at all? You start with the questions because
Yeah.
I am mostly on the conservative side, but of course I tell everybody this, and I've not always been a Republican, by the way. But the older
Okay.
I get, the more I'm definitely a Republican.
Yeah, that
So
seems to be a trend. It seems like most of the liberal left are younger. And like
yeah,
even like guys like you and me that probably grew up more liberal left
yeah. Well, being in
now have kind
California, you
of
have to be.
yeah,
Like
in a sense.
it was just what we did.
Yeah, yeah.
And my parents were always cool. My parents always leaned Republican, but I mean, there was times like way back in the day, like when we first could vote, dude, I went for Ross Perot way
Oh,
back
really?
when. Yeah. So I mean, if you want to bring it way back.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
so but
Okay.
I don't even you don't even have to tell me are you fare more Republican nowadays or are
I
you a
lean right
Democrat?
for sure. I
Yeah.
definitely lean right, but I'm with you. I don't. That doesn't mean I agree with everything that the Republicans do or everything that President Trump does or anything like
Yeah.
that. I mean, obviously.
Well, I
But
woke up and we attacked Iran today. Yeah.
yeah,
You
I
said
saw that, dude. That's gnarly. I
yeah.
was getting the news reports while we were doing this. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but what kinds of things kind of, if you can remember, I mean, I don't know what point it happened for you, like, but like what kind of things led you away from kind of the Democratic side to more the Republican side?
It's not, I mean, back in the day, like when we were, 18 and can first vote and this and that, I mean, I
Mm,
was really about what they had to offer. So I've always really leaned Republican always, but I mean, there was times I would vote for the Democrat just for what they were running on and what they were talking about. It wasn't so just, hey, he's Republican, I'm going to vote for that. Which now, as a now 48-year-old man, when I go to the voting thing, like I really don't even pay much attention to it. It's just Republican,
right,
Republican, whatever. And there are three or four
right.
boxes, and you put the vote. But um,
Okay.
I can tell you where I differ from the Republicans, and we can
Yeah.
get straight to it.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Abortion out the gate. I mean,
Okay.
which I'm a strong believer. Don't get me wrong on that, but
Okay.
you don't
You're
think it wouldn't
strong
come?
pro-life.
I am pro-life, but I
Okay.
do think there should be a choice. It's their
Oh, so you're
bodies.
pro-choice.
I'm pro-choice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I am
So,
pro-choice. So
okay.
I'm pro-life. Like this is a hard thing because I mean it messes with my Christian values. And
Right. Right.
again, because it goes against
Exactly.
everything you're taught, at times.
Sure.
But
So why
you
do you
know,
think that they should have the choice to kill their baby?
ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
When you put it like that, it sounds
I
more
I
rougher.
I
But I
worded it
appreciate
that way
that.
on purpose. Yeah.
You did good. But no, because it's their life. It's their life, and it is their baby is their life. And I mean, when you say it like that, it's like, ugh, it does make it
Yeah.
harder. But I mean, even if you had something like, a dad, raped his stepdaughter, or daughter, or whatever, and she came up pregnant or something like, yeah,
Sure.
dude, like, why should she have to carry that baby? I mean,
Well, I mean, I
that's
think an argument can be made. So I would say, first of all, that's obviously the minority of abortions, right, are from
yeah,
rape and
true.
incest. But it does
I
happen.
agree.
You're right, it does happen. And but even then, for me, my stance would be, I think that's a distinct, separate human being that has rights, and to take those rights away simply
They said you
because the
don't want to
child's
deal with it.
dad was a jerk. Just
Yeah,
because their dad's a rapist doesn't mean they're a terrible person or they're a terrible human being that's in the
it's
womb,
true.
So I mean that's kind of where, but again, that's only like a 1%, if even that, of abortions. Most people get
Oh
abortions
yeah,
because they
it's
just,
like 0.011,
yeah. I
0.0001.
mean, the
Yeah.
vast majority of it is basically birth control, where they're saying, "Oh crap, I slept with some guy I didn't
Well,
know, and now I'm pregnant, and I don't want to have a baby yet because I'm only 20 and I have my whole life ahead of me, so I'm just
yeah.
going to kill the kid." And I'm like, oh, I
Well,
don't know.
yeah, no, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a
Yeah,
tough one. And I mean, my in-laws wouldn't agree with me because my father-in-law, but yeah, I just think that they should have a choice. It is their lives. And I know like there's a billboard here in town that says a baby's life starts after 18 days. The heart starts beating in there. In 18
yeah,
days, a lot of people don't even know that they're even pregnant, you
right,
know?
right.
So, I mean, no,
Which tells you that most
it's,
abortions happen after 18 days, right?
oh,
Yeah,
all of them do,
right,
I do
right.
think there should be, I think I forget how far you can bring it now, how long you can go. You can probably go still the whole distance. I don't know, but it is jacked up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is there any
and I
limit
may
to
have
you
to, and
where,
I might have to recant on that someday in my life.
yeah,
But
I hope so. I hope so.
yeah, I feel you. But I don't
But
know.
is there a limit for you? Like, is there a point in the pregnancy where you would say that's too far along and no, I don't
Yes, there
think you
is,
should
and I
make a
don't, and
choice?
there's no scientific. I can't give you, data on it or whatever. But I would say, dude, if you've been carrying the baby for 4 or 5 months,
Okay.
like, come on now, like you've
Yeah.
already known for a while you're pregnant. Like now, it's just gotten mental for you.
Right. Right.
I don't know. Like if
So
it's
if
going to
a
happen, it should
woman's,
happen faster. Is how I
yeah.
feel.
So if a woman's 5 months pregnant, say you have a coworker who's 5 months pregnant, and she comes to you and she says, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go get an abortion," and you say, "Well, maybe you shouldn't do that," and she says, "Well, it's my choice. It's my body, my choice."
I'm
Do
going to
you
agree with her.
You are. Okay,
I'm
what
going
if
to agree
she's
with.
9 months pregnant? What if she's going to give birth the next day? How
I
about
can tell her
then?
I would disagree, but I mean, ultimately, it's not my choice, and
Okay.
that's her talk with God, not mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So, okay, so to paint a different little picture, if you had a guy friend who you worked with, he was a guy, let's say, and his girlfriend had just given birth the day before, and he came to work holding a day old baby, and he said, "Hey, I'm thinking about shooting this baby today after work." And you
it's
said, "Hey,
a
man, don't do that." And he says, "Well, it's my choice. It's my kid." You wouldn't
yeah.
support
Oof.
that?
You're good.
Yeah.
I would not support it. No, I would not.
Okay.
I would not.
What if it was the same scenario, but it was the mom of the baby that was holding the day old baby, and then she wanted to shoot it? Would you
The
say
baby's
that?
alive. Yeah, same
Well, the
thing.
baby's alive
Yeah.
at conception.
Yeah. It's true. I
So, I
know.
mean,
I
but
know.
it's but you're saying now that it's born, it's passed through the vaginal canal and it's being held by the mom. At that point, you would say it's murder if she shoots the baby.
I would. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't, already am arguing with myself about some of this stuff
Yeah.
already, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you want my opinion, that's where I stand. That a
Yeah.
woman, that they should make the decision.
Yeah.
And honestly, uh, yeah,
It's a hard one. I mean,
I
they
mean,
politicize it and they make it, I mean, but I guess my whole rebuttal is
what about
always,
the day? What about the day after pill? What about like that's ha has it ever happened to you? Because this happened.
no,
I mean, I
I've
haven't
never
really.
had, no, I've never had that one. But I don't know how I feel about that. I guess it would depend on,
Uh,
if it's a form of
That was
birth
the go-to
control.
back in the day
Sure.
for our age, especially back in the
Yeah.
day. I
Dude,
know.
I never had a scare, dude. Like I've
Yeah.
never had I mean, the first one was when my wife now got pregnant with
When
our
she was
first
pregnant,
when she
yeah.
was 17, and it wasn't, and of course we
Well,
weren't
were you
ready.
wearing condoms the whole time?
Dude,
Like,
you want to hear a gnarly story? I'll tell you a
yeah.
gnarly story,
Let's hear
dude.
it.
So I never in my entire life had sex without a condom because I was scared to death of getting a girl pregnant.
Well, that's like the
And
AIDS thing.
yeah, and
Well, the
even my
AIDS was
wife.
big.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and my girlfriend at the time, scared to death, dude. One time in my whole life, still to this day, one time in my whole life, the condom broke.
Yeah.
Right at the end, dude. Boom,
Yeah.
snapped. And that's my daughter.
That a boy.
That
Yeah.
was it,
Well,
dude. I'm one of the few people that can tell you literally the exact day and time that my daughter was conceived. Like,
oh,
because and we knew it broke. It was like, but we were like, oh, that probably happens all the time. What are the odds? And then she was
yeah.
late, and then we're like, oh, I'm sure
Remember
it's
when it
nothing.
broke? It
Yeah,
was always that. Well, it was always that it could happen if you were wearing
yeah,
a
dude.
condom the whole time.
And honestly, I see it as a God thing. I think that
It
God,
had to be.
he made that happen because to be honest with you, at the moment when she found out that she was pregnant, we were on the verge of breaking up. We weren't even going
Yeah.
to stay together. The only reason we stayed together is because she found out she was pregnant. We realized we were going to be parents together, and we're like, okay, we need to do this. We need to
Yeah.
somehow make this work. And here we are, however many 20 some years later, and we're still together.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like it's just one of those things. I wasn't even a Christian at the time. Neither was she. Like we didn't believe in any of that. But looking
Yeah.
back in hindsight, I'm like, oh dang, what are the odds on that, dude? That the thing snapping right then at the last, just like boom, done.
Yeah.
Implant seed, pregnancy, boom, there it is. It's like, dang, dude, that's like gnarly.
That is gnarly. It's a
Yeah, so
God
I've
thing, like
never
you
had
said.
that. But I mean, back to the morning after pill thing. I think if there's any form of birth control that will prevent sperm from fertilizing egg, I'm totally cool with it. But in my stance is that as soon as that sperm fertilizes the egg, that's life that has started. So
Yeah.
I'm against any form of killing that life, like purposely. Obviously, things happen that's out of our control, miscarriages, or there's lots of things that could happen that could cause that out of our control for the baby to die or to the baby to be miscarried or whatever. Obviously I'm not against that because that's natural causes. That's in God's hands. I can't do anything about that.
Right.
So, but
That no, I'm gonna have to think about it some more, Ryan,
mhm,
for real, because get this thing closer. I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit more because
yeah,
you enlightened me a little bit. I mean, I just think there's got to be some, I don't know where the gray area is. And, like if I wanted to go into politics, I would have done it already,
yeah, yeah.
to go after it. If I haven't done it now, I'm not interested.
Yeah, you didn't know your old
So,
high school friend was going to put you on a podcast and make you talk about politics, did you?
I know it's okay. Actually, how many people even ask you to talk about politics? Nobody
Yeah, that's
asks you
true.
about that. Nobody
Yeah.
asks those questions. So,
Everybody says we can't talk about that stuff, dude. Like, what's the
why
deal?
can't we?
Why
Yeah.
can't we? Come
Yeah,
on, let's get
I
it going.
agree. Let's get it going.
Um,
Yeah. But going back to the points you made, I mean, yeah, I mean it's making me think. It's making
okay.
me think, but I just still feel like there's some and I don't like that the lady gets all the power either. Don't get me wrong, going back, because why don't
So you started to tell me some of the things you disagree with kind of conservative Republicans, and abortion was one of
I
them. Are there
mean,
any others?
okay, well, so I did have I think how to I mean some of the hard stuff is like the LGBTQ stuff, like golly,
Okay.
I feel like some of the rights that are given, and I don't know if I disagree with Republicans on this because I think this is the conservative part coming out with me. It's like
Hmm.
it's a little overdone, overplayed. I think that the Floyd thing in Minnesota
Yeah.
is, dude was on drugs. I hate to tell
Yeah.
people. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna
Yeah.
rile some feathers out here, and I'm not
Sure.
trying to rile
Sure.
feathers, but I
Yeah.
think it was overplayed,
Yeah.
So
Well, he
I
was
mean,
saying he couldn't breathe before he was even put on the
well,
ground,
now,
right? I mean,
so we go to that, and the cop's knees on the back of his head and neck. Well, at some point they could have let him up a little bit. So
sure.
I'm not saying that part was, yeah, I overplayed in general
Right.
about it. I mean, that
Right.
dude's an icon. So they're in, that's where all this stuff happened with the Somalians or whatever in Minnesota right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You got a whole the Amon Ilhan, whatever her name is.
Ilman. Yeah. Ilhan Omar.
Yeah, Ilhan Omar.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite
Uh,
politician.
yeah, her net worth's 45,000 in 2019, bro, and now she's worth 30 million. Come
Yeah.
on now, dog.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on. Like she
Yeah.
was.
She's something.
Yeah, you don't think, yeah. So that I don't, and that goes on both sides of the aisle. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, but
Right. Right.
again, the
Yeah.
ICE thing for I'm a believer in what ICE is doing. So
Okay.
again, I'm gonna ruffle feathers. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ruffle
So break that
my
down. So,
our.
so bare minimum, you feel that if you're living here illegally, that you should be deported?
I feel like if you're living here illegally, the ones they're not trying to go after every single,
No, no,
mom and
they're
dad.
not
They're trying to go after the convicted,
criminals. Yeah.
criminals,
Right.
that are still
Right.
somehow, still here. Like, yeah, they gotta go. They
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this whole United States taking care of the world thing, even though that's what Trump touted today,
Hmm.
somewhat, yeah, I mean, why are we doing that? Like the world's a whole different place than it was in the 80s.
Oh
And
yeah.
that held in the 80s, even into the mid 90s. But
Hmm.
the shift has begun. I can already tell you from when I went to Russia, when went there between our freshman and sophomore year of high school to when I went back there in 2014. Like those people, they saw a young, 15-year-old California kid with long blonde hair
Hmm.
walking around. I'm taking pictures holding people's babies, dude, like I was something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would go there in 2014. Dude wants to slash my throat, like I told you earlier.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fact. I lived it. I've seen it. But
Sure. Sure.
yeah, but the politics, though. I mean,
But like,
and I
so
told
a
you,
lot of
like,
people on the left, a lot of people on the left would say that ICE is going after grandmas that don't have criminal records and they're throwing grandmas on the ground and handcuffing them. And like, there's two
yeah,
different media sources that are pumping out two completely different narratives of what's
of
happening with
course.
ICE, right? So,
And that's what's annoying about politics in
oh, for
general.
sure,
The
dude.
propaganda, whether it's Rupert
Yes.
Murdoch's,
Yeah.
or his son now runs it, but
Yeah.
it's just it's propaganda.
Yeah, if we can't even know what the truth is, how can we make a decision on what we think? Like if we don't even know if the news we're getting is accurate or
Well,
if it's
now we
the
got
whole
AI
story.
here, so now
Yeah,
we don't
see, and that's even
even.
more scary.
AI is
Yeah.
scary. If I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm worried about that for the next generation. I'm not
Yeah, for
even all
sure.
that worried about it for my business per se. And
Right.
although I could tell you that in the last 3 months, my wife and I have been pumping out using the AI a whole lot more than we ever even
Yeah,
touched.
see, because it can be a good thing. I don't these scary places you can go with AI too, right? You can frame somebody for murder really with AI, really.
I know.
Right? You make this video of this guy killing this guy, and it's like, that wasn't me. I wasn't even there. It's like, well, we got a video of you doing it. It's like,
True.
what?
That
It's
is,
scary,
yeah,
dude.
that is scary.
So,
So I'm worried about that. I mean,
yeah.
again, my political views too. It's because political views is based on how it's going to affect you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, with my business and everything, with owning real estate and rental properties and everything, that I just went through a situation recently where they just pulled a tenant out from my property. She completely destroyed it
Mm-hmm.
right before the snow because they wanted to blame it on the mice, but it was really because she didn't have the heat on and it was going to be freezing. And
Mm-hmm.
I told her a couple days before, you need to get the gas on, so her house has gas for heat. They
Yeah.
pulled her out, dude. I just wanted my $900 for March. That's all I wanted, or for February, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. And they didn't give it to me. And it's still an ongoing issue right now. But that's what I'm getting out of the whole low income housing game because it's not appealing to me anymore. I've been in that space for, a decade. Like
Yeah.
I'm moving out of it. So, and, I know you're not familiar with where I live at around here, but I used to
No.
think that renovating downtown was going to be it. And we were going to see massive change and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't going to change, big dog.
Mm.
It ain't going to change because I'm one of 50 or 100 guys down there who's flipping houses down there and passing these off. And it's just the
Yeah.
neighborhood's going to stay the neighborhood.
Right.
So
Right.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
think that is there certain things that you hope that Trump does or Trump's um can what am I trying to
I
say?
want them to keep the AI stuff somehow keep it our way.
Okay.
I think it's worth winning that fight because I do believe that technology, who controls technology is going to control the world per
Yeah.
se. I don't know. My dad used to say something that was pretty wild back in the day, and there's some truth to this. And I know you can talk about cloud seeding and this and that nowadays, but he said, "He who controls the weather controls the world." So
Mm.
you imagine if you just said, "Hey, I'm going to send a tidal wave to go ahead and wipe out, China or
Yeah.
if a tidal wave really could, it's already hit Japan, but something smaller, not so vast, because I mean you
Yeah.
can't take out all of China with a tidal wave, but
Right.
but there's other ways to do it, other weather things where ultimate, the freezing
Yeah.
and
Well, who can
ice age.
control weather though, besides God? Who can
Do you
control
think they
weather?
can? I know,
Do you
but
think
do you
so?
think? I think they probably already. Somebody's. You don't think they're not looking into it? My
I
dad
don't
said this
know,
like
dude.
30
How,
years ago, dude. My
like,
dad's,
really?
but
That's gnarly. Like to be able to just make a tsunami just appear like that. That's like
yeah.
that's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, and you wouldn't know. Like, if someone, let's just say one of the countries figures out how to do it, and nobody knows that they did it, and it's just hitting all these countries. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's some
Yeah.
sci-fi crap, but I mean, it's for
Yeah.
real though. I mean, but why ain't sci-fi real nowadays? Because everything's proven to be true.
Right.
The Back to the Future movies proven to be true. All this stuff.
Right.
Riding
Yeah.
on floating skateboards and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
The
Yeah.
drones, like the ultimate man gift, I think nowadays. And my brother's brother-in-law, his name is John Torres.
Hmm.
He got a drone, and I was watching him play with it one day, and I'm like, dude, I want one of those. I
Yeah.
don't have one yet, but I want one of those.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact these things are, dropping groceries off at our house and stuff now, it's like,
Yeah, it
wait
kind
a
of reminds you
second.
like the Hunger Games where they send in like the little things that bring like the food and stuff,
Yeah.
like the supplies. It's like, oh my gosh, are we really heading
Yeah.
there?
Well, but they're doing that with material. They're doing that with war materials overseas
Yeah.
already. That's already
Yeah.
happening.
It's
So,
gnarly. Dude, I wish they would
yeah.
get it to where like wars, like I don't know if you saw well, there's been a lot of movies like this, but like it'd be cool if they could get it to where like wars that we got into other countries where it was just all robots fighting, like instead of
Yeah.
like actual people dying, if you could just get like robots to fight robots
Well,
or whatever.
well, Musk is talking about having a workforce be all his machines by the end of 2027
Yeah, see?
already.
Something like
Yeah.
that. That's kind of
I
cool,
mean,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, from another stance, and my nephew, I could go get him out of the other room. He's super techie,
Yeah.
but I mean, from what I understand about the robotics, because I just watched something, a reel on this the other day, and then the one guy says like they're just not coordinated enough yet, the robots, but they're getting there,
Yeah.
but they're not 2027. That Musk said that's not happening yet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you seen the robot? One of Musk's robots? Did you see the one that danced?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was sick.
Yeah, he's doing some gnarly stuff, dude. I mean, even with
Yeah.
some of those spacecraft that he's got like shooting up and then landing back down again. It's like, dude, we have only seen this in sci-fi movies up to this point.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So when
he's
everybody has
making
all
it
their
happen.
critiques of Musk, oh, he's this, he's that. Yeah, you might not like the guy as a person, whatever. It's just like Trump. You might not like him as a person, but you can't deny some of the things that Musk has done.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
he's
guy's making
amazing.
amazing strides in
Well, that's
technology.
what they talk about AI too, like and the cars and everything. And I mean, I
Hmm.
know Tesla stocks up and down because I watch the stock market, this and that. But dude, the car is the ultimate place for all the AI to take place and everything.
Yeah,
That's really where it's at. It's not the phone in our hand. It's the cars that we're in, and I
right.
don't. It's just crazy.
Which that's scary. Things like self-driving cars, that scares the crap out of me, dude. I don't think I
I've
could
never
ever
been in
do
one
that.
yet. I've
I
never
haven't
been in
either. I'm
one.
scared to death, dude. You can set this, okay, go to San Diego and I'm just gonna fall asleep in the
Yeah,
back. No
yeah.
way, dude. Hey, how scary that
So you got
is.
to touch that. You have to keep your hand on the steering wheel. If you know, like I know people have Teslas and stuff and they drive
Yeah,
around. You just have to have your hand on the steering wheel. But
yeah.
my wife's got a Volvo, and I mean the
Okay.
same thing. That car can drive itself too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
we just had
mean,
a car for a little while that we were gonna buy. We ended up not buying it, but it had that I forgot what it was called. But if I'm a hands on the steering wheel and I'm driving on the freeway and it would if I would let it
yeah,
veer
the lane.
towards, it would correct it.
Well, that's what the Volvo does. Yeah.
Dude, it's nuts.
You just have to hope that that it knows all the roads because I've seen it
Yes.
not. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a machine. Machines
Yeah.
malfunction all the time, dude. I don't want it to
Yeah.
malfunction while I'm driving with my kids on the freeway and then we roll 7 times or
Yeah.
something, you know? I mean, come on.
I had a friend, he's passed away, but he says like he would be sleeping. He would just keep his hand on the steering wheel on the Volvo and take him
Yeah.
home.
See, dude, that's nuts. That's
That
so
is
nuts
not,
to me. I could not sleep.
yeah.
There's no way I could sleep.
I don't know how he could just shut his eyes and do whatever. Like he was
Yeah.
completely just trusted and yeah, that's how it went. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm not there
Yeah.
yet.
I'll never be there. I'll
You
never be
will
there.
do. Guess what? You will be there.
I
You
don't
might
think
be
so,
like
dude.
5 years from now.
I
It might
know.
be less than 5 years.
I'll get a horse. I'll start riding a horse around before
Well, I know like in California too, like now, like if we want to talk about like solar energy and stuff, so now
Yeah.
you guys all have to have solar panels everywhere.
Yeah, we
Like
got them on our house.
I
Yeah.
live in an HOA. Like every time somebody gets solar panels, like it has to go through the architectural committee. So I'm a
Hmm.
little homeowners association, but honestly, they're not beautiful on the house. I
No.
don't know.
They're not, dude.
Right.
And mine, we've had ours for like 7 or 8 years now. Dude,
Yeah.
we got a whole family of pigeons that has nested underneath it, and they just crap all over the. It's just nasty in there, dude. And listen to this: we had a guy come out. He cleaned it all out. He put up like a kind of like a chicken wire thing around the edges of the solar panels so
Oh,
that
that's
pigeons
beautiful.
couldn't get
Yeah.
back in, right? I'm like, oh, cool. So then
Yeah.
that night we're sitting there and we hear this noise. And we're like, what the heck is that? My wife goes out there, dude. She's like, there's two birds still stuck in under the solar panels, but they can't get out because the chicken wires around the sides.
Did
So
she
now
send
it's
you up
like,
there to go get them?
well, I mean, part of us is like, oh, just let him die in there. I mean, really, what a hassle. But then the part of me is like, oh, how sad. Like the bleeding heart of mine's coming out like, oh, it's so sad. So we had the guy come back and he opened it up and he put him in and then he never came back to reseal it up. So now years later, we're right back to where we were. We got all kind of pigeons living under there, nesting under there, and all
Oh
kinds of
my
stuff.
gosh. I can only
Yeah,
imagine. That's
it's
a pain.
gnarly. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah. So, but the solar panels are great. We haven't paid an electric bill in years.
That's amazing, actually.
So yeah, we pay nothing.
I had
So
there's a local attorney here in town that wanted me to, he's like, he must have been tripping because this is like 8, 10 years ago. He's like, oh yeah, you
mhm.
guys, he gave us a you can afford it speech. Oh yeah, you can go ahead and afford it. And it takes 8 years. And I think at the time it was only like 25,000 or 30,000 for the panels.
Okay.
But I don't even know what they run nowadays.
I don't remember either. I don't remember what we paid.
I'm not interested in having them, but I mean,
Yeah.
admittedly, dude, my electric bill is ridiculous, to be
Oh, is it pretty
honest.
high?
Yeah, it's pretty high. So,
Okay. Is it
but
higher than you would be paying payments for the panels?
probably during
Yeah.
during the winter, I mean, you get like $600 a month bills. It's decently
Oh
high.
my gosh, dude. You might want to
Yeah,
look into solar.
yeah, I might have to. Yeah, it says like the very good, good and poor. But I don't think it's called poor, but it's like the least one. So
Yeah.
the power company out here is not it's not PG&E like y'all, but it's called Appalachian Power.
Okay.
AEP, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're
Mm.
always on the bad side, but we got lights. My wife and kids, like except my son, they leave lights on all the time, and
Yeah. Yeah.
my cat has a door on my weight room, which became the cat room, which is was where my home, the only place in the house that was mine, is gone. I don't
Cat took
know.
it over, huh?
The cat took it over. Yeah, I mean now he's back in upstairs because my wife has a hairless cat, and so anyways.
Okay.
But the door's nice. The door's nice for the cat. But all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like the basement's colder down there. I walked down. I'm like, dang, dude, can it be just from that cat door? Maybe because
Maybe, dude.
I
You
don't
could
know.
save money on your air conditioning bill if you have
I
little
should.
pet doors all over the place.
I know.
Um,
But yeah, go back to
yeah.
the politics. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, no, you're good, dude. So you mentioned earlier about voting and that kind of thing, which just made me wonder like what your thoughts are on because there's a lot of talk now with like the Safe Act and all kinds of stuff or the Save Act, sorry. But like, do you think that to vote you should have to show ID?
I think you should. I mean, we
Yeah,
have to show our ID here. Yeah, why
right,
not? I mean,
right.
to have somebody, just if anybody could just walk in all day, well, they can if they could just walk in and say they're so and so, they could do that at how many other different voting
Yeah.
places in the area?
It's the most simple thing in the world to me, and I can't wrap my mind around why so many people are against this idea of needing
Yeah,
to show ID before you vote.
I don't
Like
get it
voting is
either.
important, dude. These decisions that you're making in voting is a
Well,
big deal,
I
right?
mean, that's the crux of it all, too. I mean, yes, it is. And I mean, it is all about going to the polls regardless. And I mean,
Yeah.
so I used to live in a different area here in town, and I'll never forget when Obama won in '08.
Mm.
And I went out there to vote, and I was like, man, and that part of town I lived in was I don't want to say it's predominantly African American because that's not true, but it's maybe a higher percentage, like 40% or a
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
But I mean, people were out there, they came out and, like, because this traditionally, this was always been a Republican area, but now it's turned more Democrat.
Oh, really?
Virginia's traditionally Republican, but I mean, now you got Spanberger, she's only been in office for like a month and a half, and she looks like she's going to be one of the new faces, hanging out with Newsom. I almost called him
Mm.
Goosum.
Goosum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I almost called him Goosum, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, if you don't go out to vote, regardless, like because I've
Right.
lived on both sides of it, like I really don't care. I did feel like Sleepy Joe in the White House. Like I was worried about our national security. I
Yeah.
don't worry about my national security with Trump.
Right.
That's, because to me, bottom line, first thing you got to do is, you got to defend the country. If you
Yeah.
can't defend the country, then
Yeah.
I don't care which president, what side of,
Sure. So you're America
so
first.
yeah, I'm pro-military all the way. Yeah,
Okay.
my dad was in the Navy 25 years, so
Oh, really?
yeah, so yeah,
Dang.
I'm pro-military all the way.
Is that maybe that's why I don't think I ever met your dad ever.
Yeah, he
It was
always was
always just your
working.
mom. Your mom was always the one with you guys. So,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Dad made it to all the football games and stuff. He
Oh,
in
he
my
did?
baseball games. He was always
Okay.
there. Yeah,
Okay. Very
he's
cool.
quiet, but he worked at California Men's Colony after he got out of the Navy. He
Oh,
worked at
okay.
San Quentin when we lived in the Bay Area, and
Oh,
then when we
dang,
moved down
dude.
there, he worked at California Men's Colony.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
So what kind of I know you just mentioned some of the things that you like Trump for. Are there any critiques of Trump that you can throw out
Well,
there? Things that
I mean, his language ain't very doesn't sound very intelligent,
yeah,
I mean,
sometimes, yeah.
that's just how he talks, and that's just how it is. Like he doesn't have to be. It's not that he's not articulate. It's just some of the words he uses. Like it's gonna be a very, very bad day for Iran and this.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to hear. I think other countries are like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah,
But I mean, but if you watch his interviews from way back when, he ain't changed a bit.
right.
Yeah, he's always talked like that. It's kind of a simple
Yeah.
language,
I think his
So
personality has definitely stayed the same, but I mean, I think the way he's doing things, I think, are even different from his first term to his second term.
yeah. What do you
So, I
think's
mean,
different from it? I
well,
mean,
I mean, he just kind of it seemed well his first term, a lot of the Republicans' critique of him was he said he was going to do all these things and he didn't do it. Right?
I don't know. I
Like
kind
he
of
started certain things, but he kind of made it sound like, oh, in the first however many months, we're going to have that whole wall built and we're going to do like he had these
yeah,
grandiose kind of things. And
yeah,
by the end of his first term, a lot of that was it was started maybe, but unfinished to where I feel like he was a little more gung ho in the second. I mean, because look at what's happening. He hasn't even been in,
yeah.
what's it been?
Literally over a year.
Yeah, just barely over a year. And you look at how with things with ICE and deportations, I mean, that's full force, which is I think why people have such a hard time with it. And I've had people tell me this. They're like, I agree with
We haven't
deportations, but
really
oh
had
my
a hard.
gosh, this is like way
Yeah.
too much all at once. It's just like,
Do you see it in California?
oh
I
yeah.
mean, do you
Oh
see it a
yeah.
lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've
Well,
had
when we
ICE
used to,
raids
when
here
I
and
used to be there, when I lived there, and I'd see like the green trucks driving around or whatever,
yeah.
it was kind of a joke. I don't
Right.
know,
Right.
thinking that they were going to do something, but I mean, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and obviously you got a lot of, whether they're, our Mexican friends, our Honduran friends, our Guadalajaran friends, whatever, like
Right.
I would hate for that to be that. It'd be hard for me to sit there and say if that was my family member that could be deported
Right.
because they just didn't go through the process. It's like, ugh, you
Yeah, but
know.
see, that's what's hard for me. And that people have made that critique
Well,
of
yeah,
me, and they say, like, I just was talking to a guy
yeah,
the other day, and he's like, and we are talking about the deportations and ICE and stuff. He's like, well, that's because you're not the demographic that
yeah,
they're targeting, so that's why you're okay with it. I says, dude, no, that's not why at all. I either agree with the law or I don't agree with the law. It has nothing to do with whether or not I'm Hispanic or whether or not my family is Hispanic. I mean, it's the same concept. Like if I had I mean, I'm not saying that everybody should immediately be deported just because they are living here illegally. I'm with you. Like they should be
yeah,
taking out the criminals first, send them back. But as far as the ones that are still living here illegally, the nice people that are contributing to society, they're doing that. Their only crime is that they're living here illegally. I think that they should be started on the process to becoming citizens. I don't think they should be allowed to stay here as illegal immigrants, right? They
yeah.
should be started, at least be going through the process while you're living here
Yeah.
because those are the kind of people we
So can they
want
be
living here.
living? So do you think that they should be living here? If they've already started the process for the,
Yeah.
because the visa and this and that,
Yeah.
is that enough? Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
at least if
now,
you have
just
the
because
visa
they're
though,
already
you can
here.
track, you can quote unquote track them. And I think a lot of it's always been about tracking them. And it's just like,
Yes.
what really is the population of California? Is it 38
Yeah.
million or is it 43 million? Like
Yeah.
how many
Because you
people
don't know.
really, yeah,
Right.
how many people
Right.
really are there, live there?
Yeah.
Like nobody really knows. Like the census is kind of just a
Sure.
roundabout figure,
Hmm.
so.
Yeah. So I
uh,
think that they should be. I'm not saying I think that the ones that are living in other countries right now, as we sit here, should be able to come over and then live here and go through the process. I still think they should go through the process, then come over here. But what I'm saying is the ones that are already here,
Yeah.
instead of deporting them back, I think that they should be put on the process. They can stay here while they go through the process. And again, I'm talking about the ones that are
they got to keep up
good
with their
members
pay.
of
They got to keep up with their
yes.
paperwork. Like I want to see,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are just, I don't think people keep up with what they're supposed to, or they may say there's a lot of I'm going to do this, but they never do that.
Hmm.
And that's kind of, it goes, it stretches to all kinds of different stuff, whether we're talking about, nationality or whatever, or, you know,
Hmm.
so not nationality was the wrong
Yeah.
term to use, but
Ethnicity. It's
ethnicity.
ethnicity.
Thank
And
you.
it's not even really about that because I know
It's not
plenty
about,
of Hispanic people
yeah, of
that
course.
feel the same way I do. They say,
Yeah.
oh no, they say my family fought hard to go through the process and to live here
I
legally.
had this plumber come down at one of my apartments, and his boss, when I was talking on the phone, he said, "Yeah, he just finished getting his citizenship, and he did the whole thing." And I think he got there, and I was talking to him, and I think he said it took him like 7 years.
Mm.
And then I think Trump says you can just buy a spot for like 100 G's.
Yeah,
You
that's
want to
all
be a
you got to do. Just
citizen?
drop 100,000 and you're
You want to be
good.
a citizen? Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, 100 grand in other countries ain't that much. I mean, it's a
No.
lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot, but it's not. But I think the big thing about anything about that is just being tracked or knowing what they're doing. And I mean,
Hmm.
like when I was in London, and I was talking to all the local London people, that whole town is surrounded by cameras. Like I hear about New York City being like that. They said, nah, they said, you guys don't have nothing on us. There's a camera everywhere, all
Yeah.
over. So they're tracking you.
How do you
That's
feel
like they
about
talk.
that?
If you don't have nothing to hide,
Yeah.
this me and my wife talk about it, then it's not a problem. Shouldn't be a
Right.
problem. But
Right.
that they talk about, you know what the flack lights are?
No.
You gotta look it up. But it's the street lights that got the cameras in it and stuff. They could tell you how many
Oh,
times you drive by all around town throughout the day and where you're at all day. It's
okay.
already here, bro.
Yeah.
It's already here.
But see, I'm not against that at all. I think that's great.
When does micromanaging become an issue though? Like Jesus, dude. Like honestly, like we got Life 360 on the kids. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I'm spying on my kids. Like
Yes.
yeah, my wife, I asked her, so I am interested in spying, but do
Yeah.
I have it on my phone? No. Actually, I think I have the app on my phone. I don't even know how to use it.
Okay.
I
So
don't
your
even
wife's
know. No.
spying on you, but you can't spy on her.
Yeah, basically, yeah. She says she's not following me because I've asked her before. I was like, you following me?
Yeah.
But I mean, it is just kind of scandalous. And again, if my wife wants to follow me and I don't have nothing to hide, then that's all
Right.
good.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
do feel like, I just feel like I don't know where the line's drawn. And again, we're talking politics and this and that. So I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think for the most part, it's a good thing
Okay.
for the most part. But I
Yeah,
don't know,
I
like
agree.
where's the gray area end and it becomes a bad thing. I'm not sure.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
Um, so kind of last thing, unless there's another topic you want to go into with politics, is do you
it's
have
a
any?
rough one.
It is, but like, so the last thing I'll ask then is like, is when you look at, I know Trump still got 3 years left on this term, but when that Trump's over, when that term is over, is
No.
there anybody you have in mind that you would want in for the
For-
next?
Oh man, that's good. I mean, dude, honestly, like JD Vance is younger than us, so let's be
Yeah,
honest about it. I
yeah,
mean, do you think
yeah.
he's not prepped and ready?
Oh,
And I
I'm
mean,
sure he's going to run. Yeah,
he definitely, yeah,
yeah,
I would definitely back him.
yeah, yeah. It'd be
I can't
nice to have
name.
somebody that wasn't 80 years old in there,
I agree. Like, why, that's our generation now. No, I'm
Yeah,
like, why Trump's 79? He barely beat out 82-year-old before Kamala came in there.
right,
I
right.
mean, give me a break. I mean,
Yeah,
why aren't we stepping up for the politics?
right,
Why,
right.
I don't know that answer. And you got to wonder. So I know a couple guys here in town. One guy in particular, his name's Tim Griffin, and he's on his way, and he's been in politics for a while, and he stands by what he says. So,
Is he
you
like
know,
local to your area kind of
mhm,
politician? Okay.
he is, yeah. So he's a representative.
Okay.
So yeah, so I mean, and then I know, I know there's a couple of delegates, family member's son. I know in particular this one lady. Her name's Kathy Byron. I don't. It don't matter about her son's name, but anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
good people, good people. I mean,
Hmm.
you have to hope what they're, but I don't know. Do I know them any much more than what I know them from the gym or from
Yeah.
when I see them at church? Or
Right.
something? I don't really know.
Right.
I
Because
don't
it's all
hang
a
out with
show
them.
anyway, right? I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
it's
hang
all,
out with them.
yeah.
Yeah. But those who stand by like are truly convicted. Like you sounded convicted again, and I fully believe your stance on abortion. So
Hmm.
like I was like, yeah, he's for real. And like just you've obviously walked and talked this subject, so you know where you stand. And it sounds better than I'm playing like both sides of the fence,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't like, and I'm talking out both sides of my mouth, which I don't want to be like that. But I mean, my views are skewed. And
Right.
so that's just how it is.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's okay though, because you're open to researching and learning, and I think we should all be that way.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
people that are so dead set in their ways that they're like, oh, I don't want to hear any evidence
But
contrary to
sometimes,
what I believe.
yeah, I mean, sometimes if you are setting your ways, that's what I admired about your stance. I admired what you just said earlier, Ryan. So,
Which
because
part?
about the abortion, about,
Oh, right.
yeah, no, I really,
Yeah.
like
Well, but
there
okay,
was,
but that's from years
it was
though.
a no doubt. It was like, it wasn't
Yeah.
like, I just, and if people, and I'm totally fine. Just like I said, I'm in my nephew's house. He's Democratic or whatever, I think that may change over time. I'm just skewed on it a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
about why, but you
Yeah.
know,
That's good.
but it is whatever. It's whatever.
No, that really is good though. That's good.
My oldest brother used to be a staunch Democrat. He said, "Hey,
Okay.
man, my business in the late '90s was the best it ever done." When Clinton was in the White House, like he talks
Hmm.
about it, and then like he's a full-on Republican now too. He's shifted gears. He's just gotten over it. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I'm curious to why he did. That's interesting.
Yeah, I got to give you his phone number.
Yeah.
I got to give you his phone number. But no, I mean, it's politics is it's a tough one to talk about, but I definitely believe you should respect whoever's point of view though.
Right.
Like let them, just because they think that doesn't mean you have to,
No, and
but
yes.
I want you
Right.
to, respect my feelings on it,
Right. I want
So
a world, and this is part of what I have been trying to do with this podcast. I want a world where we can get together with people, talk about our beliefs and our thoughts and why we believe what we believe, and learn from everybody. Like I
yeah.
don't like that we're so polarized to where it's like, well, I can't listen to that guy, he's a Democrat,
Well,
or I
like I
can't
said,
listen to that guy because he's a Republican.
when I met the Iraqi or Iranians there in
Hmm.
Lake Como, changed my worldview because I
Right.
mean not that I wanted to go just wipe out their whole country,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm pro-military, so like when I see that we attack a country, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's we're American,
Right.
like I kind of get that bravado that. I feel like that bravado that we had when we were in high school and everything about being the best countries, like it's just like it was like when we were in high school, like you didn't want to have school spirit because it wasn't cool. And I
Right.
feel like that has spilled over to, we don't want America to be the coolest country.
Hmm.
Why don't we want that?
Yeah.
And then
Well,
I
because they're
got that
taught it's
bravado.
not from the early
Yeah,
age,
it's
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but which is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like, dude, I've been to other countries. Like, dude,
Yeah.
they don't like us, by the way. Other countries definitely don't like the Americans.
Right.
It ain't just France. Like a lot of them, they think
Yeah.
we're pompous, to be
Right.
honest. And
Oh, and they're right
that
sometimes.
and they are, and I'll give it, and I get it, and I openly admit that, but
Hmm.
so like that's like when I am and was overseas, I try to be always respectful because I don't want that. I want somebody to say, that was a cool American, or man, that was a great family that was just in here. So,
Right.
and
Right.
like, because at the end of the day, we're all going to die on the planet, which is why we have to have faith, spirituality,
Yeah.
which I know, maybe coming around a circle,
We're getting
you
there
know,
next, man. That's the next
yeah,
thing. There's one last thing I want to talk about because I just
let's
remembered
go. Let's hear that.
that you brought it up earlier. You're talking about the LGBT kind of
It
uh
goes along to me that some of that stuff goes along the lines with Black Lives Matter and stuff
okay.
like that. I mean, white lives matter, police lives matter,
Yeah.
our troops' lives matter overseas. There's a girl
Yeah.
that goes to school right now. She's not LGBTQ. She's in eighth grade. I don't know what she is, but like she was proudly saying, she is from the Middle East.
Hmm.
Like came over here like last year and said that her family members were part of the 9/11 attacks.
Oh
you
wow.
know yeah, she says this out of school. I don't, it's kind of annoying to hear that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that, like if you're so proud of it, then you should go back to that country and celebrate where that is proud of, because it's
Yeah.
nobody looks at 9/11 as like it was a victory for the country, so
Right.
if you
Right.
so
Yeah, that's that whole idea of assimilation, right? Which is something that it seems like we've lost, right? Like even if you look at everything kind of going on, and you mentioned Minnesota earlier,
yeah,
and the things that are going on there with kind of some of the Somali population, where it seems as if not only are they immigrating to this country, but they're almost trying to turn certain parts of this country into their
There's a
country.
city, you know, they named the city Mogadishu there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen it. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I
Well,
know.
my
That's
brother,
that's
my
what I'm
brother
talking
was
about.
when he was in the Marines was there
Okay.
in the real Mogadishu, not
Yeah.
Mogadishu, Minnesota.
Right. Right.
You know,
But see,
so
that's what I'm talking about, right? And I think the beauty of America, and I know a lot of people hate when I say this because I disagree, but it's my stance is that I think the beauty of America is that it's a place where you can come from anywhere and become an American and join the ideology of America. You want certain freedoms, you want certain things, and we invite any ethnicity, any race, any
yeah,
religion, anything over here, but you got to assimilate. Right, you're coming over to
yeah.
become an American. You're not coming over to turn America into Somalia or turn it into Mexico or turn it into,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I agree,
saying?
Ryan.
Like,
No, I like how you're saying that.
yeah,
I'm going to
and I
use
feel
that
like
word
we've lost
assimilate.
that. We've lost a lot of that lately. Like even with like learning a language, right? Like if
Yeah,
I move to Germany, I'm not going to expect them to learn English to talk to me. I'm going to learn
yeah,
German because I'm in
right.
their country. You know what I'm
My
saying?
sister-in-law is living in Italy right now, and
Yeah.
so
See,
she's taking Italian classes, and she says, "Guess what,
exactly.
dude? It's a little hard,
Oh
you know."
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so and I mean, she's a nurse practitioner,
Mm,
you know, so it's not that she's not intelligent, but she's like, "This is hard,"
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But and I will say, and even like when we just went on that trip recently, but I mean, a lot of English is still the world language, unfortunately.
Right.
It is. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
when I was in Russia in 14, I was hanging out with this guy. I can't even think of his name, but he was missing his left hand. So we were on the
Ooh,
Moscow subway system all over because we went into Red Square, this, that. Like we were traveling on this
dude,
thing.
that's
But
so
he
fun.
had the Google Translate app, like
Yeah,
when it was first coming out. So we tried to talk to people in English. They wouldn't give us the time of day in Russia.
yeah, yeah.
But when you typed in the English for the Russian pronunciation, you said, "Hey, 1 second," types in his phone and it spits out and asks, how do we get down to so and so street or whatever. Then it starts talking perfect English.
Mm,
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. And here's the thing that with that, you just take this to the bank because I know this to be true. If when people you go to other countries they legitimately can't speak English, typically they came from a lesser socioeconomic class.
Hmm.
Something was wrong because
Yeah.
it's pretty standard to know
It
English.
is. Yeah.
And I mean,
Yes.
and it's not knocking them. It's just, I've seen it, and I
Yeah.
just, there's something to it that to be true. And somebody said that to me one time. I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, after doing all these different countries, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Totally.
yeah, cool. Yeah,
All right.
it's an all right area. I'm not my greatest area. Let's go back
Well,
to music. Let's go back to music.
yeah,
We
yeah,
got a lot more
yeah.
fun.
No, we're jumping to spirituality next.
Woo,
So, do you
woo.
need a break or are you good to go?
Let's go, baby.
All
Yeah, I'm
right, let's
ready.
hit it.
It's Saturday.
Yes. So, I don't know. Like, did your beliefs, because you mentioned you're a believer, right? You consider yourself a
Yeah.
Christian, right? Isn't that what you
Yes,
identify as?
I
But
did.
you didn't, and
I used to consider myself Catholic.
okay. So, like, when you were in high school, you considered yourself Catholic?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I did the whole,
Catechism and all that stuff.
I did catechism, and then I tried to do, it was a confirmation or whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I went my freshman year, and that was it,
Yeah.
dude. I
You
was
failed
over it.
out.
Yeah, I quit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
yeah. It's cool.
So at what point for you? Well, because I mean, you got to be careful because Catholics are technically Christian
Well,
as
it's
well.
about
So
I say I'm Christian, so
yeah.
out here in like this is supposedly like the Southern Belt where I'm living at right now, and it's not that it's not, but they say one thing they'll always preach is that's works like some of that stuff like we had to do is a work.
Right.
Your belief is not a work. It either is or is not.
Yeah.
So which
Yeah.
I like.
Right.
So I'm a Christian. I truly believe. I've seen the power of prayer. I've lived. I feel like maybe I was saved from my accident from the power of prayer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I do. You know,
When you say that, you mean like there was so many people praying for you
yeah. I
at that time?
mean, prayers are sometimes like cheerleaders, like
Yeah.
they get you going, they keep you,
Yeah.
they lift you up, your
Yeah.
thoughts, your hopes. Like when I was in the, from my accident, like who knows what everybody was saying to me back then, or
Right.
because I'm sure
Right.
countless people were praying with me there. But
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a story from it, Ryan. You'll love this.
Let's hear it.
You're going to trip out, actually.
Cool.
So I was in Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And the doctor in there said, "Hey, your son's gonna die. All right,
Mm.
he's not doing good. Like you should go ahead and have what's it called? What do you call it?
Last rites.
It's like a last rites, but yeah, you need to have somebody come in here and pray for him.
Oh, like the
So they're like,
chaplain.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, let's get a chaplain in here,
Yeah.
whatever.
Hmm.
So, anyways, so my dad goes in there with the chaplain, right? And he says the prayer, blah, blah, blah. Well, check this out. I did the sign of the cross, but and my dad said to the chaplain, he said, dude, he's in a coma. He just did the sign of a cross. He said,
Shut up,
I swear to God, big dog.
dude.
Yeah. So then I must have thought I had done it wrong because I did it again. I swear to God, hey, this is, yeah, this is, I don't even remember. I don't remember this. This is the story I was told. I'm buying it because my dad's not one to fudge, stories,
Right.
or
Right.
anything like that. But yeah, that was one of the stories, that
That's
came out.
crazy, dude.
Yeah. So
So
I can
so
tell
they
you,
had
my
told
parents
your
were by. I was gonna
go ahead.
say another thing real quick is my parents were by my bedside all the first. I was in I was in the coma 5.5 weeks, but
Okay.
they were there the whole time. I remember four things from that. I
Hmm.
remember, my girlfriend sitting, multiple girlfriends around my bed. I remember
Hmm.
big old Troy Hugenbosch and his girlfriend were in my
Oh,
room.
right.
I
Nice.
remember my EJ's mom being in my room. What
Hmm.
was the fourth thing? Dang, I always tell the story too. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out. I should have done good on the stories, but there was a fourth thing. What was the other one? Anyways, the funniest is though is Hoagie though.
Yeah.
I think I remember thinking, how is a 7 foot, about 7 foot giant? Why the heck is he here in my hospital room, dude?
Right. Right.
Something must be up, dude. Because
Yeah.
oh, here's the other thing. Well, so you want to talk about all right, we're gonna get into spirituality with you right now. I got
All
another
right.
good story for you from my accident,
All right.
dude. I had to get uh, what's it called? Skin graft, right?
Hmm.
And they had done a skin graft, and I was basically kind of awake, right? And this is down at UCLA. So they said, look, it was a big thing. Like they knocked you out for, but then they put me out the second time, right? And I remember, like when they say you shouldn't see yourself, but I remember like kind of flying in my like dream or whatever, hallucin,
Okay.
whatever state I was, and seeing myself and then asking myself like, are you going to stay? Are you going to live throughout? Or are you going to go? I swear to
Wow.
God, Ryan. I swear to God.
Wow.
I swear to God, big dog. And yeah, I
Like you
said, no,
had the
no,
choice, you mean? Like you were being given the
choice. I
choice?
exactly had the choice. Exactly. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm staying. I'm
You
going to
chose
get
to
through it.
stay, huh?
I chose to stay.
Okay.
I can tell you something else too that's crazy. Leading up to this, I wonder about this. And so me and the Grubs brother, I won't say which one, we're on our way out to Red Rock one day
Yeah.
doing things. I was drinking and driving back in the day with
Hmm.
him in my car and
Hmm.
making, those cuts, dude, so it's a 2 lane road, passing
Yeah.
people when you shouldn't have. I
Yeah.
mean,
Is this prior to the accident or
it's,
after the accident?
it's pretty prior, about
Prior.
4 months.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. I sometimes wonder if I made a deal that day because, like, hey, I don't know exactly how this went, but I always remember like, dude, I should not have been driving like that day. I'm gonna say it was me and Jason Grubbs in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I put me and his life at risk. And yeah, we thought it was funny. We thought we were cool and everything, but I
Hmm.
wonder if I made a deal with the devil that day, to I could have killed him. I could have killed other people.
Yeah.
And and anyways, we made it through. So I wonder with that, and I had another conversation with my girlfriend at the time. I'm not even
Hmm.
saying her name.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you were to hit and run somebody, would you stop or would you go? Because I was hit and run.
Yeah. You had
Yeah.
this conversation before you were hit?
Before. Yeah. Yeah. And
Dude.
I said I would stop. So you
Yeah.
have to wonder if all those things just lined up for the reason why I survived the accident. You never
Yeah.
know, you
Right.
know. But when you get up out of the coma, you spend a lot of time thinking in the hospital bed. You
Yeah.
know, the very first thing I did was I live at 955 East Rice Ranch Road. My name is Jamie
Yeah.
Parks, and
Right. Right.
your birthday, this and that. But nah, I went through all these things and like, there's no way. Like, really?
Hmm.
Like could that have lined up? I mean, you
Yeah.
ask any believer out here, they're going to tell you, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, God was with you. God
Right.
was with me. So
Right.
I don't know,
So
but yeah, all those
how long of a time period was it that your parents were being told that you weren't going to live?
pretty much.
It's
Pretty
like the
much the 5.5
whole
weeks because I
okay.
had gangrene. I almost lost my right leg. I
Yeah.
mean, I had a cardiac arrest at UCLA. My dad
Oh
said
my
he'd never seen
gosh.
anybody work on somebody that long, and I came back
Wow.
from it.
Wow,
So yeah, he
dude.
said it was
Okay.
like 45 minutes, dude. They were pounding on my chest. They were literally, we had a trailer. They literally were in the trailer. They called him and said, your son's, flatlining. Come on up, like,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, they made it from the parking lot all the way back up to the hospital room.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's just say it's take 15 minutes. So yeah, they said it was amazing.
That's gnarly,
So,
dude. So
yeah,
the day that you woke up from your
almost puts
coma,
tears in my eyes, big dog, for real.
well,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
dude, it's
Yeah.
nuts, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the day that you woke up from the coma then was like it was kind of surprising. Like they weren't expecting you to do that.
I don't, so, what was weird when I did wake up, I don't really even remember which day it was, but I remember after I'd woken up out of the coma, I had these burn marks on my chest.
Mm,
So I must have already been awake, but I forgot who. I think Crystal Kirk was with Candace, but she came and saw me at the hospital,
okay.
and I remember like having these burns on my chest. Like, what are these from?
Yeah.
You know. So the story on that was like they were gonna wait for like till like 20 or 30 years after my accident, to tell me that I had a cardiac arrest. My family was. Yeah. Because I guess like when you have a cardiac arrest, like maybe 25% of your heart dies, some
Mm.
garbage. I don't know. I don't know what it all is, but they told me like a few years after, you
Oh,
know,
really? It
yeah,
was that long after?
yeah.
Okay.
So
And
a
I
couple,
assume you've
maybe it's
had
3 or 5 years. It was something. It was whatever. I mean, by then I'd already
yeah.
moved to Virginia. By then I was
Okay.
already, I don't know. By then I was already almost a dad. Shoot, you
Yeah.
know,
But I
I
assume
mean,
that
as crazy as it sounds.
you've had plenty of physicals and stuff and they say your heart's good to go or what?
I mean, I actually got to get a heart ablation here on April 22nd.
Oh,
So
oh, because you have like AFib or you got
I've got 25% AFib and I get
okay.
SVTs.
Okay.
So actually, it was supposed to be this coming Wednesday, but they just backed me up.
Really?
Yeah. So I've been getting them
Okay.
since Christmas Eve 24, the
Oh, so you've had a
SVTs.
few already.
I've had SVTs. They say I'm in
Okay.
25% AFib because I had to wear the Zio
Yeah.
patch. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's coming around the corner actually, which
Okay.
makes no sense. But like again, I kind of referred to my brother's brother-in-law, John Torres. He had a heart condition before Thanksgiving, maybe going on about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what me and that guy both shared a love for: Monster energy drinks, dude. I don't know, but
Yeah.
if you look in the cyanocobalamin that's
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
it's terrible for you, dude.
Yeah.
It's
I
terrible
know.
for you.
I keep
I
trying to get my
love,
son to quit drinking them things.
I love drinking them. I love
Yeah.
drinking them, but dude, I was drinking them when they was putting me in SVTs. I had three 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I was gonna die.
Did you
I
stop
am.
drinking them then?
I've stopped drinking them. I stopped drinking them over a year ago.
Okay, good.
You know how many times I've pulled up because I own apartments like an hour and a half away from my house.
Yeah.
Dude, you know how many times I've been down there working all day and gone into a store and bought a bottle of stinking water and even though I wanted to get that dang energy drink because at times I would drink three double like the 1.5 cans.
Yeah.
At times, I mean, I'd be putting in mad hours to be drinking those things. I
Dude.
loved them, but I don't know if that's what's caused it, but I
Yeah.
know again, John had told me that he thinks that's what caused it for him because he stopped drinking them too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I would tell
Yeah,
your
those
kid to
things are
stop drinking
terrible,
them.
dude. Terrible.
Yeah, I know. I know. But
Um,
we were talking about drinking alcohol earlier, dude. Like, yeah, mine wasn't Red Bull and vodka. Mine was the Monster and vodka.
oh, really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm,
So again, you get the high low thing with it, which is kind of could be messed up with the, you're giving you the arrhythmias as it is.
yeah.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
not yeah, so no, I got that health thing going on. I've been trying to take care of. I just had my first I don't know if I should say this, but I just caught my first digit, dude. Had the prostate checked out and all that.
Oh, yeah. Like the
Have you the
colonoscopy kind of deal?
colonoscopy? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just had that like 2 months ago.
Yeah. How was that?
I still don't feel the same, actually.
Yeah. You feel violated, don't you?
Honestly, dude, I ride an exercise bike to warm up at the
Yeah.
gym. It's got the little bike seat on it.
Hmm.
I don't feel right, Ryan. And people think I'm lying to them. I ain't lying, dude. I still
Yeah.
feel a little funky from it. Honestly, it is.
Mm.
The funny thing is, my brother, that lives here in Virginia, he had just had his done like a few months prior, and he's like, "Oh, it's a piece of cake. You feel fine. Nothing weird." No, I disagree. I disagree. Anyways, dude, on that front,
Yeah.
go get it checked. My mother-in-law had colon cancer a few years ago. So yeah,
Mm.
but she had never had her check, and she got it checked. So my mother-in-law's only like 64, 63.
Hmm.
So she had never had it checked, and she went and got it checked, and dude, sure enough, she had cancer, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, but she got through it and everything.
She's
But
okay now.
she's fine now.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So, but I mean, again, my mother and father-in-law, I mean, they're straight. He's a pastor, so
Hmm.
they don't drink, they don't smoke, they never have, they never
Yeah.
will.
Right.
So and that's how they
Yeah.
are. So the fact that that just goes to show you that anybody could get cancer when you live that clean of a lifestyle,
Right.
to not get anything
Right.
or to get cancer is like, dang. I mean,
Hmm.
so we're
Yeah.
not destined back to the spirituality thing. We're not destined to live here on earth. We're destined to
Right.
go, you know,
Yeah. This is a
you know,
blip.
it's supposed to throw the crowns in front of Jesus and praise his name all
Right.
out. It's supposed to be
Right.
a party when you go to heaven. So,
Yeah.
it's rough though. I actually had, hmm, actually my daughter's boyfriend whom we spoke about earlier, like his father passed away here in
Yeah.
June. We found out 2 Octobers ago that my daughter's boyfriend's dad, who had become really, I'd been become close with him and his wife, with me and my wife, and
Hmm.
he got liver cancer.
Oof.
Uh, Brutal, dude.
Yeah, that's a
There was
nasty
a
one.
local news anchor here who had it and died like in a month. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, this man fought it for like 8 months, bro.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, we saw him like wither, I don't want to say wither away, but he fought that thing, man. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's
brutal.
hard.
But there's no test to catch that stuff. You can't.
Yeah.
The only test they have is when you're like stage 2 or stage 3.
Yeah, it's almost too late at that
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
it already is too late. It
Yeah.
already is. So this stuff's
Yeah.
brutal. So yeah, those diseases. I mean, it can happen with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where you hope that medicine comes through and does something. Because, like you were saying earlier, about the condom breaking, and we were worried about AIDS back in our day.
Yeah.
How often do you hear something about AIDS and now on TV?
Never.
Yeah,
Never, dude. Yeah.
it's treated medically now. I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks to have, but it's not an automatic Ryan
Right.
White back in the day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Or Easy E.
yeah, or easy. Yeah,
You
you
know.
just here today, gone tomorrow. Well,
Right.
that's how that liver cancer was brutal to
Yeah.
watch, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brutal.
Do
Yeah.
you have any I wrote this down because I was curious, but do you have any when you were in the coma for 5 weeks, do you have any memories of that? Like do
So
you
I,
have any
I I gave them to you. I just gave
Oh,
them to
that
you.
was okay. So like
The
the
Hugenbosch, the
okay.
floating thing. I was already out of the coma.
Okay.
EJ's mom being out there. I have a thing. I had a girlfriend that lived in Texas. The girlfriend Michelle, and then Candace. I don't know if that was just me making that up, but I've always thought that those three were on my bed. I'm trying to think what the fourth thing
Oh,
was,
so
and
you're saying you were in a coma, but you knew these people were in your room.
yeah,
It wasn't like you when you woke up, you saw them there. You're saying you knew they were there.
I knew they were there.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. My parents were
Yeah.
there the whole time. I don't have no recollection of mom and dad being there.
Right, right.
Got no recollection.
Okay.
So I don't. So yeah, no,
Wow.
that's what I was trying to say, and I apologize.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
no, you probably said it fine. I just didn't retain it very well.
catch it. Yeah,
But so when you came out of I want to kind of know how you at what point did you if you even did this, at what point did you kind of say, "Oh, I'm not a Catholic anymore. Now I'm a Protestant." Like
yeah.
was there a moment in your life where you maybe thought that Catholicism was not the
I didn't.
right
I never blamed God. First
Okay.
off, so
Okay.
there was never that. I mean, again, it was coming out here. So again, I keep referring to my family here, but obviously, my brother's wife's dad. Uh, I was doing Bible studies with him all the time. He's like, "Do you want to accept Jesus as your savior?"
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you want to do that? Yeah, I'm not ready. So he goes out of town. His buddy Steve Powell He has me over one night for a little Bible study. Guess who accepts God that night into his life?
Nice.
Cried like a little baby, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't lying to you, dude. Cried like a baby. Did go
That's
home
good.
and yeah, it was crazy. I
Yeah,
mean, shook crying.
yeah, yeah.
It was real. It was
Okay.
real. So, I
So what
mean,
was it though? Like what do you know specifically? Was it something about what the guy said, or was it just your
I
just
don't
heart
even know.
was
I can't even
ready?
tell you what he said.
Okay.
It was no different than what Mike. Again, my nephew's name is Mike, and then he's got an
Mhm.
uncle named Mike. But with
Okay.
Mike Kelly Senior, it was nothing different that he did. It was just I think it was just timing. It was
Okay.
all in part of God's plan, you
Yeah.
know. Because I
Yeah.
was leading up to it. I mean, I even before I knocked up my wife, her dad had come into town one day, and I took him to my Bible study.
Mm,
Yeah, with me, and it didn't happen that day. I wasn't trying to show off for the girlfriend's dad, Nah, it was just,
right.
it was real, bro.
Okay.
It was real. And then, what's funny about the Baptist church? Because I lived right there on Rice Ranch Road. Pine Grove Baptist was right there on the
Oh
corner all
yeah.
those years. Guess what? I never went there one freaking time ever. I think I did kickball there one time, but we used to jump the fence to go to EJ's house right there. And then
Yeah, he's right behind there. Yeah.
yeah, and then somebody cut a hole in the fence there for a while.
Yeah.
Shoot, we jumped the fence back in the day when there's barbed wire across it. I remember getting cut up on it one day. Dang it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one time I played kickball there. That was it. All those years of being right
Okay.
by that church. Yeah, nothing.
Well, why would you? I mean, why would you even think of going there if you
I
didn't
don't know. I
have the
mean,
desire, you know?
I didn't know anything about spirituality, and I feel like spirituality in California is it's definitely not, from what I understand, California being, and I've been gone 25 years now.
Hmm.
I don't think it's as important as it is out here in Lynchburg,
Right.
Virginia.
Right.
Yeah, it ain't even close, actually.
Yeah, they call
So
it the Bible
people
Belt for a
didn't
reason.
talk about it. Yeah, people didn't talk about it and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll be interested to hear Edward's take on it, though, because
Oh yeah. Yeah, the
yeah,
five episodes. I did 5 episodes with him.
dude.
So, yeah, it's a pretty neat
Shout out
story.
to Eddie. Yeah, love you, big guy. I ain't seen him. I ain't seen him
Yeah.
since 10 years ago, since
He
the
probably will
20-year
listen to this
reunion.
one too if he sees your name,
Hopefully,
I'm
I hope
sure.
he does. I hope he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Big
text him and
shout
tell
out.
him. Yeah.
Big shout
Um
out.
yeah, that's an
Uh,
interesting one. You should definitely listen to all 5 of those because they're a lot of fun.
I will
Um
check him out.
Interesting
Yeah,
story.
that definitely.
Yeah. Do you so when you look at like Christianity, maybe how long ago would you say that was that you had that experience where you were
It was 9/12/2002.
2002? Oh shoot. That was like 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those people, well, was I already saved? No, Megan was in my life. Hold on. There's it must have been 9/12/2004. I apologize.
Okay. Still a
Because
long time
yeah,
ago. 22 years.
yeah,
That's a long time ago.
yeah. I was gonna say.
Um
Well, I was
this
with
is
my wife when it happened. Like I was dating her. So it was
okay.
like literally, yeah, like I said, my father-in-law had been there before he was my father-in-law.
Was that ever a push for her in a sense, like when she meeting you, falling in love with you, being like, "Oh, this guy's not really a Christian. That's gonna kind of cause a rift in our relationship." Like, was she trying to evangelize to you and try to get you to become a Christian, or
Honestly, she's kind of jaded really with the
okay,
church because her family, her dad's been in and out of numerous jobs. He started
yeah,
as a youth
yeah,
pastor. He's a head pastor now. And,
hmm
you know, you always hear because good people do bad things.
right,
People screw up and, and all different forms. So she's a little jaded. I don't know why. I mean, she's definitely a believer, don't get me wrong,
sure,
but,
sure,
I feel like some of that, which is, like we're kind of in between home churches right now. We go to my father-in-law's church sometimes, only for special occasions because he's a little bit outside of town.
oh, okay,
And then we have a church that's right by our house that we went to a lot. And then they got these tables. They started doing this thing where you had to basically do like a classwork basically at a table and discuss it with random people. Like they didn't want you to sit with people you knew and
oh
everything,
wow,
So
pushing you out of your comfort zone.
well, it pushed a lot of people out of their church
Oh,
too.
really?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And so,
yeah,
like in my brother's brother-in-law again, but Mike again, the Mike, not my nephew, but the other Mike, he's a youth pastor there, and oversees it all. And my brother's wife, does stuff at the church too. Has been an active member. My nephew used to do all the technical stuff and the recording of the services and all that. So
okay, okay,
yeah, So
Okay.
like it was a really big family function. I just saw last night. I was kind of mad. Like I said, I just got my prosthetic leg, what, 4 days ago,
Yeah.
and they had the daddy daughter dance on last night,
Oh,
and
nice.
so I need to see if they have it tonight too. But my daughter's already got a friend staying tonight, so I don't know now. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I used to go with my daughters all the time, and I don't know,
Yeah.
just got away from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The daddy daughter
So,
dances are cool though. You know,
oh yeah, I've been a couple of those too.
they are cool. You
Yeah.
know,
It's a good memory,
yeah.
have with our little girls before they grow up and forget who we are.
I know that's already happening. But that was like I didn't wear my leg for like 5 years until this past week, and
There
like
you go.
yeah, they'd almost forgotten what it was like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
watching Dad hobble around a little bit. But I'm doing all right though.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So do you see any differences like from back in it was 2004 or whatever you said yeah, 2004, where
yeah.
from then kind of Christianity to today's Christianity? I know you mentioned the difference between like California versus Virginia's Christianity, and you mentioned that your wife's kind of jaded with the whole church thing. Do you see
She
any
is. I mean,
differences? Is there
I
things that
think
you
those who are believers are still like, the Charlie Kirk rocked this area. I don't know
Oh yeah.
how it
Yeah.
affected Californians, but
Yeah.
this area, there's a lot of people just like in tears about it.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
in tears. I knew who the guy was just from reels.
Hmm. Hmm.
And some of his answers was kind of just like what you gave me about the abortion earlier. It's kind of cut and dry, and it's like, ugh,
Right. Right,
yeah.
which is what rubbed people the wrong way, right? He was very confident in his beliefs.
But when I hear confidence like that,
Yeah.
that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear I sound like the politician today on this podcast, dude. I feel like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, dude. But like, and I'm really,
Yeah.
I have beliefs. Don't get me, but I feel like I'm being
Right.
a politician today and not just, choosing which way I want to go.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
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 But yeah,
Um,
I mean, spirituality, it's only going to become, and what I see with spirituality is people more realize it as we get older. The older we get, the more people we see die before us.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Well, dude,
Yeah.
even if you look at, I mean, I had a family member a few weeks ago. We had somebody die that was an old high school friend or something, and my family member was like, "Oh man, this is the first time this has ever happened." And I was like, "Dude, like I feel like you and
Yeah.
I's class, dude, we've been in how
There's a
many
lot.
funerals have we been to for
A
guys that we
lot.
graduated with? I mean, there's
There's
just
been a
been
lot.
so many."
I'm
And
surprised, and I still am learning about people who died, there,
yeah,
but I mean, same thing happens here when you live here 25 years, which to
right.
me blows my mind. Like I've known all kinds of people who've died, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
So because I mean, yeah, that's what we're supposed to die. Like it's like taxes. It's the only thing that's guaranteed,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Death and
Yeah,
taxes.
death. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
So, okay, so in your view, in your opinion, like this is gonna sound like a weird question, but like what is a Christian? Like what makes someone a Christian as opposed to a non-Christian?
I think when you talk what makes a Christian is, I mean, really looking at what the sin, you talk about the 10 sins, and I mean, I can tell you my bad, my, I don't lie, you
Hmm.
know, I curse a
Yeah.
lot. I cuss a lot. And I
Yeah.
think I think it could be the music. Let's go back to the music,
Yeah, for
you
sure. The
know,
influence. Yeah.
the influence of the music. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously has been there. But I think it is when you're around Christians. When you're around Christian, that would never happen. When I'm at my in-laws' house, that never happens.
Yeah. You know how to turn it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you put me down at my apartments, and
Hmm.
especially if I'm like, yeah, like sound like a drunken sailor out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because I don't want to say it's the type of people I'm working with, dealing with, or if I'm trying to have a different perception to them,
Hmm.
which may be that sometimes. And it's not like it ain't bad. It's just certain people when you get like that, or on construction. I mean, basically, I mean, I own rental property, so I'm doing construction and stuff on the job sites, dude. I mean, it's a on a job site, people are talking trash all day,
Oh
and
yeah.
there's
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of cursing going on.
Yeah.
So
It's hard. It's hard to get away
yeah,
from it. Yeah.
it is hard. It is
Yeah.
hard, And so one thing with the kids, like even. The wife's like, don't cuss in front of the kids. We don't want them. And like, we don't allow the kids to cuss.
Right. Have they ever
I
tried it?
mean,
And you have to say,
they
"Hey, now."
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we have. Yeah, we're parents. I mean, like you
Yeah.
can't say that, and even if my 20-year-old son does say it, don't say that. And,
Right.
don't say that around me.
Yeah.
You
Right.
do what you got to do, but not, you're not saying that in
Yeah.
our house.
Now, if
It's
you
hard.
say it
It's not
around
just
him,
my
does he be like, Dad, you're not supposed to say that either? Does he call you
no,
out? No?
no,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should he call me out? Probably. Would I like to be called out? No.
Yeah.
But yeah, because then it goes from our house to my house, and then it's like, but then which ain't fair, but
Yeah. Yeah.
so I don't know. I
Okay.
don't ever want my kids to ever think that me and the wife's house ain't their house. Like I will always
Right.
have a bedroom for all three of my kids, no
Of
matter
course.
wherever I live, because I say this too. I don't think this is my final stopping place in life in Lynchburg,
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for my daughter to finish up school, high school here. And like after that, I mean, it could be 4 years from now I'm moving, or it might be 8 years after she gets out of college. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm ready to just
Where you
move
heading?
somewhere else. I don't know. I like living at the beach, bro.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
looking back West Coast again, or maybe, or
I already have a house at the beach, so I don't
oh,
know.
you're going back over there. Okay.
Maybe, we rent it out right now, but I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
somewhere. I mean, I think we'd live at the beach, but my wife likes Colorado a lot, so
Really?
I don't
Does
know.
she have
Yeah.
family there?
No.
She just likes it there, huh?
She just likes it. She likes the idea of it, I think,
Okay.
more than anything. Yeah,
Okay.
their real estate's expensive too, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I like North Carolina. I like the beaches out on the East Coast are different than like California's got the waves, bro. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna
Yeah.
look at the waves. Like, so here's a funny story for you, Ryan. You'll like this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool.
So my parents come out here. Two things. There's a trip. My parents come out here and like we're there. I'd already lived out here a year and a half. They come out here in summer of 2000. No,
Mm.
2002, excuse me. Summer of 2002. Anyways, yeah, they came out here because I graduated business college with a little computer degree. They come out here for that and they said, okay, hey, let's go to Virginia Beach. And I still hadn't been to Virginia Beach yet. And I
Oh
said, okay,
wow.
well, yeah. So anyways, we drive out there. Two things happen on this trip. One, my parents tell me that they're going to move here, that they're moving from California and they're going to move to Virginia.
Oh crazy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, rocked my world, dude. I had my
Yeah.
car. My car. I was following them in their motorhome.
Yeah.
Okay. So that rocked my world, bro.
Were your
So
brother
yeah, I
and
got
sister out here already at that time?
my brother already lived here. My sister still lived in California too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when I moved out here, I lived with my brother and his wife and son.
Okay.
So yeah, so yeah, I don't know why I don't cry very often. It sounds like I cry a lot, but dude, I got in my car that day, dude, and I cried like a little baby following him behind. Might have
Oh really?
lit up one real quick, dude. Had a moment to compose myself.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, but then I go to Virginia Beach, right? And I'm like, dude, Virginia Beach, dude, like this is gonna be great. Like California waves, I'm gonna see it. The U.S. Pro Surfing Tour comes through here,
Oh nice.
dude. I went out there, dude. It was flat, dude, knee high to a grasshopper, dude. I'm like,
Oh
dude,
really?
what are they surfing, dude? I don't know. That's what I always remember though, because it was
Yeah.
just so weird.
Yeah.
So sorry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's just funny because your expectations are, high. Just like, the beach I'm talking about where I like a lot is Oak Island, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool, you ain't going there for waves. Let me tell you, when we bought the house, our first house we had out there before we sold it. We bought it. There was three shark attacks in the
Oh my
area.
gosh.
Two, and I always mix this up. I believe two were in Ocean Isle, North Carolina,
Mm.
and one was in Oak Island, or two were in Oak Island and one was in Ocean Isle, but all the same area. Like,
Yeah.
so we're out there and I'm out there with I think this is well no, we had her too. Lila, my youngest, was just a baby, but me and Devin
Mm.
and Nora, me and my two older kids were in the water. Little shark was out there right with us. I said, all
Oh
right,
no
kids,
way.
you guys, let's go ahead and get out of the water now. Let's get out of the water, but
Calmly back away.
I'm gonna get out of the water before your mom gets mad that I brought you guys out here with
Right.
me as we're jumping waves, having a good time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it happened though. It happened. But I mean, I remember like you'd see dolphins when I used to get in the, surf and boogie board or whatever, what I thought I was doing back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, dude, I remember seeing people catch them. I never thought twice about it. California, when I
Yeah.
was surfing, doing all that, I didn't even think about it. Didn't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just how it was. But
Yeah.
yeah, when you're out there again, you're out there with your kids, your blood. Yeah, you definitely care what's going on then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Cool, man.
yeah.
Well,
So
we're
no,
about there, dude. I mean, unless you got
cool.
something else you want to throw at me.
I mean, shoot, I just think that what you're doing is great, man. So
Thanks,
I
man.
respect what you're doing.
Yeah, I have a good time.
I
It's a
think
lot of
there's a
fun.
lot of time. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see, I don't know, monetarily, I'd like to see you go ahead and make dollars from it someday.
Yeah. Could you imagine, dude, somebody like Joe Rogan get paid all that money just to talk to people
Dude,
all day? I would love that.
it's not a bad gig. It's not a bad
No, I would,
gig.
dude, I
There's,
would
I
love
would,
that. That would
yeah,
be
I
the
know.
greatest dream come true for me.
No,
That'd be
I mean,
like,
you got the
man,
questions set out there and everything.
yeah,
At least there's the starter questions. You just got to see which way you want to
yeah.
move it and
It's
everything.
got to
So,
get more popular, dude. That's where you come in, man. So now I'm reaching
well,
Virginia people. Now you got to spread it around Virginia for me.
I'll get it out there when you put it all together. I'll
Yeah.
get it out there.
It should be out on
Yeah,
Wednesday. So
I didn't talk trash about too many people out here, so I
no,
should be
dude.
okay.
No, you did
I'm
good. You
just
didn't drop
afraid.
any names, so I think you did pretty good, man. So
Yeah, no, it's good times, man. I enjoyed it. Are you gonna make the reunion? You gonna go?
I think so, dude. I've never been to one. I'm hoping to, especially now that I know you're going. I'll have to go and
Yeah,
see you. So that'd be
definitely,
cool.
brother. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah.
So
We're gonna check it out. You have to meet my family and everything. I'm bringing them
yeah,
all.
for sure, man.
Because I
Yeah,
mean, like I didn't do the 20-year, dude. When we did the 20-year, dude, it was a blast.
yeah. It looked like it.
I had a great time that night. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but it'd
Cool,
be
man.
nice bringing my wife and all that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, brother.
All right,
Yeah.
dude. Thanks a
All
lot,
right,
man.
we'll talk soon. Wednesday,
Yeah.
you said it's out.
Wednesday it comes out. Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
go. All right,
All
brother.
right, man. All right, we'll talk to you
Appreciate
later.
man.
You
Later,
too.
big dog.
All right, bye.
Thanks again for listening to this podcast. Please spread the word to everyone that you know. And please be awesome by leaving a review of the show from wherever you are listening from. To reach me, the email is whycan'twetalkaboutthat@proton.me. Thanks.